What did I do?
It's being
Getting
live
confused.
streamed.
We are being live streamed. I still need to get my actual recording going now
All
that they've
right.
put all of these buttons in weird places.
Mhm.
Okay, resume recording. All right, we are back, and thank you all so much for coming. Welcome, welcome. This is the Instant Shakespeare Company, and today we are reading Love's Labour's Lost by William Shakespeare. I'm Paul Sugarman. I'm the founder of Instant Shakespeare Company and the playmaster for this one, and I'll be reading a Longueville and Costard. And Michael.
Michael E. Gardner reading Don Armado. And if you have to cough, please put your mute on.
Yes, thank you, Michael. Good note. Angus.
Hi, Angus in London, reading King Ferdinand and Holofernes the Pedant.
All right. And Eleanor.
I'm Eleanor Elizabeth Foreman. I'm playing Rosaline, and I have been surprised with the role of Catherine as well.
All right. And Jackie.
Hi, I'm Jacqueline Margolis, and I'm reading Boyd, Jacquinette, and Sir Nathaniel.
Thank you. And Kitty.
Hi, Kitty Chen. I'm reading The Princess of France and Maria.
Okay. And Matt.
Hey there, Matt Bogan, calling in from New Haven, Connecticut. I'm reading, depending on which how it scans, either Barone or Baroon, depending on the rhyme of the of the line.
All right. And Ken, who we can't see.
Ken, I'm doing Dumaine, Moth, or I believe it's pronounced Moat, because he's supposed to be little. The Forester, Marcade, and Constable Dull.
All righty. So, without further ado, this is from the first folio, Love's Labour's Lost by William Shakespeare. And just a reminder, when you're in the scene, have your camera and mic on, and then turn them off and mute them when you're not in the scene. So anyways, Actus Primus, enter Ferdinand, King of Navarre, Baroon, Longueville, and Dumaine.
Let fame that all hunt after in their lives live registered upon our brazen tombs, and then grace us in the disgrace of death, when spite of cormorant devouring time, the endeavour of this present breath may buy, that honour which shall bait his scythe's keen edge, and make us heirs of all eternity. Therefore, brave conquerors, for so you are, that war against your own affections, and the huge army of the world's desires. Our late edict shall strongly stand in force. Navarre shall be the wonder of the world. Our court shall be a little academe, still and contemplative in living art. You three, Baron, Dumaine, and Longueville, have sworn for 3 years' term to live with me, my fellow scholars, and to keep those statutes that are recorded in the schedule here. Your oaths are past, and now subscribe your names, that his own hand may strike his honour down that violates the smallest branch herein. If you are armed to do, as sworn to do, subscribe to your deep oaths, and keep it too.
I am resolved. 'Tis but a 3 years' fast. The mind shall banquet, though the body pine. Fat paunches have lean pates, and dainty bits make rich the ribs, but bankrout the wits.
My loving Lord Dumaine is mortified. The grosser manner of these world's delights he throws upon the gross world's baser slaves. To love, to wealth, to pomp, I pine and die, with all these living in philosophy.
I can but say their protestation over. So much, dear liege, I have already sworn, that is to live and study here 3 years. But there are other strict observances, as not to see a woman in that term, which I hope well is not enrolled there, and 1 day in a week to touch no food, and but 1 meal on every day beside, the which I hope is not enrolled there. and then to sleep but 3 hours in the night, and not be seen to wink of all the day? When I was wont to think no harm all night, and make a dark night too of half the day, which I hope well is not enrolled there. Oh, these are barren tasks, too hard to keep, not to see ladies, study fast, not sleep.
Your oath is past, to pass away from these.
Let me say no, my liege, and if you please, I only swore to study with your grace, and stay here in your court for 3 years' space.
You swore to that, Baron, and to the rest.
Aye, yea, and nay, sir, then I swore in jest. What is the end of study, let me know?
Why, that to know which else we should not know.
Things hid and barred, you mean, from common sense?
Aye, that is study's godlike recompense.
Oh, come on, then. I will swear to study so, to know the thing I am forbid to know, and thus to study where I well may dine, when I to fast expressly am forbid. Or study where to meet some mistress fine, where mistresses from common sense are hid. Or having sworn too hard a keeping oath, study to break it, and not break my troth. If study's gain be thus, and this be so, study knows that which it yet doth not know. Swear me to this, I will ne'er say no.
These be the stops that hinder study quite, and train our intellect to vain delight.
Why, all delights are vain, and that most vain which with pain purchased doth inherit pain, as painfully to pore upon a book, to seek the light of truth, while truth the while doth falsely blind the eyesight of his look. Light seeking light doth light of light beguile. So ere you find where light in darkness lies, your light grows dark by losing of your eyes. Study me how to please the eye indeed, by fixing it upon a fairer eye, dazzling, so that eye shall be his heed, and give him light that it was by blinded by. Study is like the heavens' glorious sun, that will not be deep searched with saucy looks. Small have continual plotters ever won, save base authority from others' books. These earthly godfathers of heaven's lights, that give a name to every fixed star, have no more profit of their shining nights than those that walk and what not what they are. Too much to know is to know naught but fame, and every godfather can give a name.
How well he's read, to reason against reading.
Proceeded well to stop all good proceeding.
He weeds the corn, and still lets grow the weeding.
The spring is near when green geese are a-breeding.
How follows that?
Fit in his time and place.
In reason nothing.
Something then in rhyme.
Baron is like an envious sneaking frost that bites the first-born infants of the spring.
Well, say I am. Why should proud summer boast before the birds have any cause to sing? Why should I joy in any abortive birth? At Christmas I no more desire a rose than wish a snow in May's newfangled shows, but like of each thing that in season grows. So you to study now it is too late, that were to climb o'er the house to unlock the gate.
Well, sit you out. Go home, Baron. Adieu.
No, my good lord, I have sworn to stay with you, and though I have for barbarism spoke more than for that angel knowledge, you can say, yet confident I'll keep what I have sworn, and bide the penance of each 3 years' day. Give me the paper, let me read the same, and to the strictest decrees I'll write my name.
How well this yielding rescues thee from shame.
Item, that no woman shall come within a mile of my court. Hath this been proclaimed?
4 days ago.
Let's see the penalty. On pain of losing her tongue. Who devised this penalty?
Marry, that did I.
Sweet lord, and why?
To fright them hence with that dread penalty. Actually, that next line is yours, Baron.
A dangerous law against gentility. Item, If any man be seen to talk with a woman within the term of 3 years, he shall endure such public shame as the rest of the court shall possibly devise. This article, my liege, yourself must break. For well you know, here comes in embassy the French king's daughter with yourself to speak. A maid of grace and complete majesty, most surrender up of Aquitaine, to her decrepit, sick, and bedrid father. Therefore this article is made in vain, or vainly comes the admired princess hither.
What say you, lords? Why, this was quite forgot.
So study evermore is overshot, while it doth study to have what it would. It doth forget to do the thing it should. And when it hath the thing, it hunteth most his one as towns with fire, so won, so lost.
We must of force dispense with this decree. She must lie here on mere necessity.
Necessity will make us all forsworn 3,000 times within this 3 years space. For every man within with his effects is born, not by might mastered, but by special grace. If I break faith, this word shall break for me. I am forsworn on mere necessity. So to the laws at large I write my name, and he that breaks them in the least degree stands in attainder of eternal shame. Suggestions are to others as to me, but I believe, although I seem so loath, I am the last that will last keep his oath. But is there no quick recreation granted?
Aye, that there is. Our court, you know, is hunted with a refined traveller of Spain, a man in all the world's new fashion planted, that hath a mint of phrases in his brain. One who the music of his own vain tongue doth ravish like enchanting harmony, a man of compliments whom right and wrong have chose as umpire of their mutiny. This child of fancy that Armado hight for interim to our study shall relate in high-born words the worth of many a knight, from twainy Spain lost in the world's debate. How you delight, my lords, I know not I, but I protest I love to hear him lie, and I will use him for my minstrelsy.
Armado is a most illustrious wight, a man of fire, new words, fashion's own knight.
Costard the swain, and he shall be our sport. And so to study 3 years is but short. Enter a constable with Costard with a letter.
Which is the Duke's own person?
This fellow, who what wouldst?
I myself reprehend his own person, for I am his Grace's Tharborough. But I would see his own person in flesh and blood.
This is he.
Signor Arm commends you. There's villainy abroad. This letter will tell you more.
Sir, the contempts thereof are touching me.
A letter from the magnificent Armado.
How low soever the matter, I hope in God for high words.
I hope for a low heaven. God grant us patience.
To hear or forbear hearing.
To hear meekly, sir, and to laugh moderately, or to forbear both.
Well, sir, be it as the style shall give us cause to climb in the merriness.
The matter is to me, sir, is concerning Jacquinetta. The manner of it is, I was taken with the manner.
In what manner?
In manner and form following, sir, all three. I was seen with her in the manor house, sitting with her upon the form, and taken following her into the park, which put together is manner and form following. Now, sir, for the manner. It is the manner of a man to speak to a woman, for the form in some form.
For the following, sir.
As it shall follow in my correction, and God defend the right.
Will you hear this letter with attention?
As we would hear an oracle.
Such is the simplicity of man, to hearken after the flesh.
Great deputy, the Welkins vicegerent and sole dominator of Navarre, my soul's earth's god and body's fostering patron.
Not a word of Costard yet.
So it is.
It may be so, but if he says it is so, he is in telling true, but so.
Peace.
Be to me and every man that dares not fight.
No words.
Of other men's secrets, I beseech you.
So is this besieged with sable-coloured melancholy. I did commend the black oppressing humour to the most wholesome physic of health-giving air, and as I am a gentleman, betook myself to walk the time when, about the 6th hour, when beasts most graze, birds best peck, and men sit down to that nourishment which is called supper. So much for the time when. Now for the ground which I mean I walked upon, it is eclipsed, thy park. Then for the place where I mean I did encounter that obscene and most preposterous event that draweth from my snow-white pen the ebon-coloured ink, which here thou viewest, beholdest, surveyest, or seest. But to the place where it standeth north-northeast, and by east from the west corner of thy curious knotted garden. There did I see that low-spirited swain, that base minnow of thy mirth,
Me?
that unlettered, small, unknowing soul,
Me?
that shallow vassal,
Still me?
which I remember hight Costard,
Oh, me!
sorted and consorted, contrary to thy established proclaimed edict and continent, canon, which but with this I passion to say wherewith,
With a wench.
with a child of our grandmother Eve, a female, or for thy more sweet understanding, a woman. Him I, as my ever esteemed duty pricks me on, have sent to thee to receive the meed of punishment by the sweet Grace's officer, Anthony Dull, a man of good repute, carriage, bearing, and estimation.
Me, and it shall please you, I am Anthony Dull.
For Jaquenetta, so is the weaker vessel called, which I apprehended with the aforesaid swain. I keep her as a vessel of thy law's fury, and shall at the least of thy sweet notice bring her to trial. Thine, in all compliments of devoted and heart-burning heat of duty, Don Adriana de Armado.
This is not so well as I looked for, but the best that I ever heard.
Aye, the best for the worst. But, sirrah, what say you to this?
Sir, I confess the wench.
And did you hear the proclamation?
I do confess much of the hearing it, but little of the marking of it.
It was proclaimed a year's imprisonment to be taken with a wench.
But I was taken with none, sir. I was taken with a damosel.
Well, it was proclaimed damosel.
But this was no damosel neither, sir. She was a virgin.
It is so varied too, for it was proclaimed virgin.
If it were, I deny her virginity. I was taken with a maid.
This maid will not serve your turn, sir.
This maid will serve my turn, sir.
Sir, I will pronounce your sentence. You shall fast a week with bran and water.
I'd rather pray a month with mutton and porridge.
Aye, and Don Armada shall be your keeper. My lord Barone, see him delivered o'er, and go we lords to put in practice that which to each other have so strongly sworn.
I'll lay my head to any good man's hat these oaths and laws will prove an idle scorn. Sirrah, come on.
I suffer for the truth, sir. For true it is, I was taken with Jaquenetta, and Jaquenetta is a true girl, and therefore welcome the sour cup of prosperity. Affliction may one day smile again, and until then, sit down sorrow. Exit. Enter Armado with his page, Moth.
Boy, what sign is it when a man of great spirit grows melancholy?
A great sign, sir, that he will look sad.
Why? Sadness is one and the self-same thing, dear imp.
No, no, O Lord, sir, no.
How canst thou part sadness and melancholy, my tender juvenile?
By a familiar demonstration of the working, my tough seigneur.
Why, tough signor? Why, tough signor?
Why, tender juvenile? Why, tender juvenile?
I spoke it, tender juvenile, as a congruent apathon, appertaining to the young days which we may nominate tender.
And I, tough seigneur, as an appurtenant title to your old time, which we may name tough.
Pretty and apt.
How mean you, sir? I pretty in my saying apt, or I apt in my saying pretty?
Thou pretty because little.
Little pretty because little, wherefore apt?
And therefore apt because quick.
Speak you this in my praise, master?
In thy condign praise.
I will praise an eel with the same praise.
What? That an eel is ingenuous?
That an eel is quick.
I do say thou art quick in answers. Thou heatest my blood.
I am answered, sir.
I love not to be crossed.
He speaks the mere contrary. Crosses love not him.
I have promised to study 3 years with the Duke.
You may do it in an hour, sir.
Impossible.
How many is one thrice told?
I am ill at reckoning. It fits the spirit of a tapster.
You are a gentleman and a gamester, sir.
I confess, both are both the varnish of a complete man.
Then I am sure you know how much the gross sum of Deus Ace amounts to.
It doth amount to 1 more than 2.
Which the base vulgar call 3.
True, boy.
Why, sir, is this such a piece of study?
Is this me? Why, sir, is this such a piece of study?
Now here's 3 studied ere you'll thrice wink. And how easy it is to put years to the word 3 and study 3 years in 2 words, the dancing horse will tell you.
A most fine figure.
To prove you a cipher.
I will hereupon confess, I am in love. And as it is base for a soldier to love, so I am in love with a base wench. If drawing my sword against the humor of affection would deliver me from the reprobate thought of it, I would take Desire prisoner and ransom him to any French courtier for a new devised courtesy. I think scorn to sign me. Thinks I should outswear Cupid. But comfort me, boy. What great men have been in love?
Hercules, master?
Oh, most sweet Hercules. More 30, dear boy. Name more, and sweet my child, let them be men of good repute and carriage.
Samson, master. He was a man of good carriage, great carriage, for he carried the town gates on his back like a porter, and he was in love.
Oh, well knit Samson, strong jointed Samson. I do excel thee in my rapier as much as thou didst me in carrying gates. I am in love, too. Who was Samson's love, my dear moth?
A woman, master.
Of what complexion?
Of all the 4, or the 3, or the 2, or one of the 4.
Tell me precisely of what complexion.
Of the sea-water green, sir.
Is that 1 or 4 of complexions?
As I have read, sir, and the best of them, too.
Green, indeed, is the color of lovers, but to have a love of that color, methinks Samson had small reason for it. He surely affected her for her wit.
It was so, sir, for she had a green wit.
My love is most immaculate white and red.
Most immaculate thoughts, master, are masked under such colors.
Define, well-educated infant.
My father's wit and my mother's tongue assist me.
Sweet invocation of a child, most pretty and pathetical.
If she be made of white and red, her faults will ne'er be known. For blushing cheeks by faults are bred, and fears by pale white shown. Then if she fear or be to blame, by this you shall not know. For still her cheeks possess the same which native she doth owe. A dangerous rhyme, master, against the reason of white and red.
Is there not a ballad, boy, of the king and the beggar?
The world was very guilty of such a ballad some 3 ages since, but I think now 'tis not to be found, or if it were, it would neither serve for the writing nor the tune.
I will have that subject newly writ, or that I may example my digression by some mighty precedent. Boy, I do love that country girl that I took in the park with the rational hind, Costard. She deserves well.
To be whipped, and yet a better love than my master.
Oh, sing, boy, my spirit grows heavy in Jove.
And that's great marvel, loving a light wench.
I say sing.
Forbear till this company be past. Sir,
Enter clown, constable, and wench.
the duke's pleasure is that you keep Costard safe, and you must let him take no delight nor no penance, but he must fast 3 days a week. For the damsel, I must keep her at the park. She is allowed for the day, woman. Fare you well.
I do betray myself with blushing, maid.
Man,
I will visit thee at the lodge.
that's hereby.
I know where it is situate.
Lord, how wise you are.
I will tell thee wonders.
With what face?
I love thee.
Oh, so I heard you say.
And so, farewell.
Oh, fair weather after you.
Come, Jaconetta, away.
Ah,
Exeunt.
villain, thou shalt fast for thy offences ere thou be pardoned.
Oh, well, sir, I hope when I do it, I shall do it on a full stomach.
Thou shalt be heavenly punished.
Well, I am more bound to you than your fellows, for they are but lightly rewarded.
Take away this villain, shut him up.
Come, you transgressing slave, away.
Let me not be pent up, sir. I will fast being loose.
No, sir, that were fast and loose. Thou shalt to prison.
Well, if ever I do see the merry days of desolation that I have seen, some shall see.
What shall some see?
Nay, nothing, Master Moth, but what they look upon. It is not for prisoners to be silent in their words, and therefore I will say nothing. I thank God I have as little patience as another man, and therefore I can be quiet. Exit.
I do affect the very ground, which is base, where her shoe, which is baser, guided by her foot, which is basest, doth tread. I shall be forsworn, which is a great argument of falsehood, if I love. And how can that be true, which is falsely attempted? Love is a familiar. Love is a devil. There is no evil angel but love. Yet Samson was so tempted, and he had an excellent strength. It was Solomon so seduced, and he had a very good wit. Cupid's butt shaft is too hard for Hercules' club, and therefore too much odds for a Spaniard's rapier. The first and second cause will not serve my turn. The passado he respects is not. The dweller he regards not. His disgrace is to be called boy, but his glory is to subdue men. Adieu, valor! Rust, rapier! Be still, drum, for your manager is in love. Yea, he loveth. Assist me some extemporal god of rhyme, for I am sure I shall turn sonnet. Devise wits, write pen, for I am for whole volumes in folio.
Exit, Finis actus primus, actus secunda, enter the Princess of France with 3 attending ladies and 3 lords.
Now, madam, summon up your dearest spirits. Consider who the king your father sends, to whom he sends, and what's his embassy. Yourself, held precious in the world's esteem, to parley with the sole inheritor of all perfections that a man may owe, matchless Navarre. The plea had no less weight than Aquitaine, a dowry for a queen, but now as prodigal of all dear grace as nature was in making graces dear, when she did starve the general world beside, and prodigally gave them all to you.
Good Lady Boyet, my beauty, though but mean, needs not the painted flourish of your praise. Beauty is bought by judgment of the eye, not uttered by base sale of chapmen's tongues. I am less proud to hear you tell my worth than you much willing to be counted wise, in spending your wit in the praise of mine. But now to task the tasker, good Boyet.
You're not ignorant, all telling fame, doth noise abroad Navarre hath made a vow. 'Tis painful study shall outwear 3 years. No woman may approach his silent court. Therefore it seemeth it a needful core, before we enter his forbidden gates, to know his pleasure. And in that behalf, bold of your worthiness, we single you as our best moving fair solicitor. Tell him, the daughter of the King of France, on serious business craving quick dispatch, importunes personal conference with his grace. Haste signifies so much while we attend, like humble visages, studies his high will. Proud of employment, willingly I go.
Exit. All pride is willing pride, and yours is so. Who are the votaries, my loving lords, that are vow fellows with this virtuous duke? Longueville is one? Know you the man? Is there a first lady about?
That's you, Maria.
Oh, I'm paying 2 people. I know him, madam, at a marriage feast between El Perigord and the beauteous heir of Jacques Fauconbridge solemnized. In Normandy saw I this Longueville. A man of sovereign parts he is esteemed, well fitted in arts, glorious in arms. Nothing becomes him ill that he would well. The only soul of his fair virtue's gloss, if virtue's gloss will stain with any soil, is a sharp wit matched with too blunt a will, whose edge hath power to cut, whose will still wills. It should none spare that come within his power. Some merry mocking, Lord belike, is it so? They say so most, that most as humors know. Such short-lived wits do wither as they grow. Who are the rest?
The young Domain, a well-accomplished youth of all that virtue love, for virtue loved. Most power to do most harm, least knowing ill, for he hath wit to make an ill shape good, and shape to win grace, though she had no wit. I saw him at the Duke Alonso's once, and much too little of that good I saw is my report to his great worthiness. Another of those students at that time was there with him, as I have heard a truth. Baroun they call him, but a merrier man within the limit of becoming mirth I never spent an hour's talk withal. His eye begets occasion for his wit. For every object that the one doth catch, the other turns to a mirth-moving jest, which his fair tongue, conceit's expositor, delivers in such apt and gracious words that aged ears play truant at his tales, and younger hearings are quite ravished. So sweet, and voluble is his discourse.
God bless my ladies. Are they all in love, that every one her own hath garnished with such bedecking ornaments of praise? Here comes Boyette.
Enter Boyette.
Now, what admittance, lord?
Navarre had notice of your fair approach, and he and his competitors in oath were all addressed to meet you, gentle lady. Before I came, marry, this much I have learned. He rather means to lodge you in the field, like one that comes here to besiege his court, than seek a dispensation for his oath to let you enter his unpeopled house.
Enter Navarre, Longaville, Dumaine, and Baronne. Here comes Navarre.
Fair princess, welcome to the court of Navarre.
There I give you back again, and welcome I have not yet. The roof of this court is too high to be yours, and welcome to the wide fields, too base to be mine.
You shall be welcome, madam, to my court.
I will be welcome then. Conduct me thither.
Hear me, dear lady, I have sworn an oath.
Our lady help my lord, he'll be forsworn.
Not for the world, fair madam, by my will.
Why, will shall break it will, and nothing else.
Your ladyship is ignorant what it is.
Were my lord so, his ignorance were wise, where now his knowledge must prove ignorance. I hear your grace hath sworn out housekeeping. 'Tis deadly sin to keep that oath, my lord, and sin to break it. Pardon me, I am too sudden bold. To teach a teacher ill beseemeth me, Vouchsafe to read the purpose of my coming, and suddenly resolve me in my suit.
Madam, I will, if suddenly I may.
You will the sooner that I were away, for you'll prove perjured if you make me stay.
Did I not dance with you in Brabant once?
Did not
I not dance with you in Brabant once?
I know you did.
How needless was it then to ask the question?
You must not be so quick.
'Tis long of you that spur me with such questions.
Your wit's too hot, it speeds too fast, 'twill tire.
Not till it leave the rider in the mire.
What time of day?
The hour that fools should ask.
Now fair befall your mask,
Fair fall the face it covers.
and send you many lovers.
Amen. So you be none.
Nay, then I will be gone.
Madam, your father here doth intimate the payment of 100,000 crowns being but the 1/2 of an entire sum disbursed by my father in his wars, but say that he or we, as neither have received that sum, yet there remains unpaid 100,000 more, in surety of the which one part of Aquitaine is bound to us, although not valued to the money's worth. If then the king your father will restore but that 1/2 which is unsatisfied, we will give up our right in Aquitaine, and hold fair friendship with his majesty. But that it seems he little purposeth, for here he doth demand to have repay 100,000 crowns, and not demands one payment of 100,000 crowns to have his title live in Aquitaine, which we much rather had depart withal, and have the money by our father lent, than Aquitaine, so gilded as it is. Dear princess, were not his request so far from reason's yielding, your fair self should make a yielding 'gainst some reason in my breast, and go well satisfied to France again.
You do the king, my father, too much wrong, and wrong the reputation of your name, and so unseeming to confess receipt of that which hath so faithfully been paid.
I do protest I never heard of it, and if you prove it, he repay it back or yield up Aquitaine.
We arrest your word, for yet you can produce acquaintances for such a sum from special officers of Charles, his father.
Satisfy me so.
Oh, so please, your grace, the packet is not come. where that and other specialties are bound. Tomorrow you shall have a sight of them.
Well, it shall suffice me, at which interview all liberal reason would I yield unto. Meantime, receive such welcome at my hand as honour, without breach of honour, may make tender of to thy true worthiness. You may not come, fair princess, in my gates, but here without you shall be so received as you shall deem yourself lodged in my heart. Though so denied farther harbour in my house, your own good thoughts excuse me, and farewell. Tomorrow we shall visit you again.
Sweet health and fair desires consort your grace.
Thy own wish I thee in every place.
Exit.
Lady, I will commend you to my own heart.
Pray you do my commendations. I would be glad to see it.
I would you heard it gone.
Is the soul sick?
Sick at the heart.
Alack, let it blood.
Would that do it good?
My physic, says I.
Will you prick it with your eye?
No point with my knife.
Oh, now God save thy life.
And yours from long living.
I cannot stay Thanksgiving.
Exit. Enter Dumaine.
Sir, I pray you a word. What lady is that same?
The heir of Alison, Rosalind, her name.
A gallant lady. Monsieur, fare you well?
I beseech you a word. What is she in the white?
Oh, a woman sometimes, if you saw her in the light.
Perchance, light in the light. I desire her name.
She hath but one for herself. To desire that were a shame.
Pray you, sir, whose daughter?
Her mother's, I have heard.
God's blessing o' your beard.
Oh, good sir, be not offended. She is an heir of Falconbridge.
Nay, my choler is ended. She is a most sweet lady. Exit Longaville.
Neither
Enter
mine,
Baron.
sir. That may be.
What's her name in the cap?
Catherine, by good hap,
Is she wedded or no?
to her will sit or so.
You are welcome, sir. Adieu.
Farewell to me, sit, and welcome to you.
Exit. Lady Maria, which is you, Kitty.
Oh, Lady Maria. That lass is Baron, the merry madcap lord. Not a word with him, but a jest.
And every jest but a word.
Not you, Kitty, the princess.
It was well done of you to take him at his word.
I was as willing to grapple as he was to board.
Two hot sheep's Murray, and wherefore not ships?
No sheep, sweet lamb, unless we feed on your lips.
You sheep, and I pasture. Shall that finish the jest?
So you grant pasture for me.
Not so, gentle beast. My lips are no common, though several they be.
Belonging to whom?
To my fortunes and me. Good wits will be jangling, but gentles agree. The civil war of wits were much better used on Navarre and his bookmen, for here 'tis abused.
It's my observation, which very seldom lies, by the heart still rhetoric, disclosed with eyes. Deceive me not now, Navarre is infected.
With what?
With that which we lovers entitle affected.
Your reason.
Why, all his behaviors do make their retire to the court of his eye, peeping through desire, his heart like an argot with your print impressed, proud with his form, in his eye pride expressed, his tongue all impatient to speak and not see, did stumble with haste in his eyesight to be, all senses, to that sense did make their repair, to feel only looking on fairest of fair. Methought all his senses were locked in his eye, as jewels and crystal for some prince to buy, who, tendering their own worth from whence they were glassed, did point out to buy them along as you passed. His face's own margin did coat such amazes that all I saw his eyes enchanted with gazes. I'll give you Aquitaine and all that is his, and you give him for my sake but one loving kiss.
Come to our pavilion, voyagers disposed.
But to speak that in words, with his eye hath disclosed. I only have made a mount of his eye by adding a tongue which I know will not lie.
Thou art an old love-monger, and speakest skilfully.
He is Cupid's grandfather, and learns news of him.
That was Venus like her mother, for her father is but grim.
Do you hear my mad wenches?
No,
Well, what then do you see?
I
Our
our
way
way to be gone.
You are too hard for me.
Oh,
Exeunt omnes, actus tertius, enter braggart and boy. Song.
Warble, child, make passionate my sense of hearing.
Concolinel.
Sweet air, go tenderness of years, take this key, give enlargement to the swain, bring him festinately hither. I must employ him in a letter to my love.
Will you win your love with a French brawl?
How meanest thou? Brawling in French?
No, my complete master, but to jig off a tune at the tongue's ends, canary to it with the feet, humor it with turning up your eye, sigh a note and sing a note sometime through the throat. If you swallowed love with singing, love sometime through. Nose as if you snuffed up love by smelling love with your hat penthouse-like, or the shop of your eyes, with your arms crossed on your thin-bellied doublet like a rabbit on a spit, or your hands in your pocket like a man after the old painting, and keep not too long in one tune, but a snip and a excuse me, and away. These are compliments. These are humors. These betray nice wenches that would be betrayed without these, and make them men of note. Do you note, men, that most are affected to these?
How hast thou purchased this experience?
By my pen of observation.
But oh.
The hobby horse is forgot.
Callest thou my love hobby horse?
No, master. The hobby horse is but a colt, and your love perhaps a hackney. But have you forgot your love?
Almost I had.
Negligent student, learn her by heart.
By heart and in heart, boy.
And out of heart, master. All those three I will prove.
What wilt thou prove?
A man, if I live, and this by in and without, upon the instant. By heart you love her because your heart cannot come by her. In heart you love her because your heart is in love with her, and out of heart you love her, being out of heart that you cannot enjoy her.
I am all these three.
And 3 times as much more, and yet nothing at all.
Fetch hither the swain, he must carry me a letter.
A message well sympathized, a horse to be ambassador for an ass.
What sayest thou?
Marry, sir, you must send the ass upon the horse, for he is very slow-gated, but I go.
The way is but short, away.
As swift as lead, sir.
Thy meaning pretty ingenuous, is not lead, a metal heavy, dull, and slow?
Minime, honest master, or rather, master, no.
I say lead is slow.
You are too swift, sir, to say so. Is that lead slow which is fired from a gun?
Oh, sweet smoke of rhetoric, he reputes me a cannon, and the bullet that's he. I shoot thee at the swain.
Thump, then, and I flee.
Yeah, a most acute juvenile, voluble and free of grace, by the favor, sweet welcome. I must sigh in thy face, most rude melancholy. Valor, give thee peace. My herald's returned.
Enter page and clown.
A wonder, master. Here's a custard broken in a shin.
Armando?
Oh, that's me. No enigma, no riddle, no Lenvoy, no solve.
No, some
No.
enigma.
No, okay, I don't know. What are you saying?
Ken, give your line again.
Here's a custard broken in a shin.
Oh, that's me. I'm sorry. Jesus, I'm sorry. Some enigma, some riddle. Come to the Lenvoy. Begin.
No enigma, no riddle, no lenvoy, no salve in thee, mail, sir, oh, sir, plantain, a plain plantain, no lenvoy, no lenvi, no salve, sir, but a plantain.
By virtue thou enforcest laughter, thy silly thought my spleen. The heaving of my lungs provokes me to ridiculous smiling. Oh, pardon me, my stars. Doth the inconsiderate take salve for Lenvoy, and the word Lenvoy for salve?
Do the wise think them others, not Lenvoy a salve?
No, page. It is an epilogue or discourse to make plain some obscure precedence that hath too far been feigned. For now, will I begin your moral, or do you follow me with my Lenvoy? The fox, the ape, and the humblebee were still at odds, being but three, until the goose came out of door, staying the odds by adding 4.
A good Lenvoy ending in the goose. Would you desire more?
The boy hath sold him a bargain, a goose that's flat. Sir, your pennyworth is good and your goose be fat. To sell a bargain well is as cunning as fast and loose. Let me see. A fat Lenvoy? That's a fat goose.
Come hither, come hither. How did this argument begin?
By saying that a custard was broken in a shin, then called you for the Lenvoy.
True, and I for a plantain. Thus comes your argument in. Then the boy's fat Lenvoy, the goose that you brought, and he ended the market.
Tell me, how was there a custard broken in a shin?
I will tell you sensibly.
Thou hast no feeling of it, moth. I will speak that Lenvoy. I, custard, running out that was safely within, fell over the threshold and broke my shin.
We will talk no more of this matter.
Till there be more matter in the shin.
Sir Custard, I will enfranchise thee.
Oh, marry me to some one Francis. I smell some Lenvoy, some goose in this.
By my sweet soul, I mean setting thee at liberty, and freedoming thee thy person. Thou wert immured, restrained, captivated, bound.
True, and now you will be my purgation and let me loose.
I give thee thy liberty, set thee from durance, and in lieu thereof impose on thee nothing but this. Bear this significant to the country maid Jaquinetta. There is remuneration for the best ward of mine honors is rewarding my dependence. Moth follow.
Like the sequelae, Signor Custard, adieu.
My sweet ounce of man's flesh, my inconny Jew. Now will I look to his remuneration. Oh, remuneration. Oh, that's a Latin word for 3 farthings. 3 farthings? Remuneration. What's the price of this inkle? A shilling? No, I'll give you a remuneration. Why, it carries it, remuneration. Why, 'tis a fairer name than a French crown. I will never buy and sell out of this word. Enter Barone.
Oh, my good neighbor, Costard, exceedingly well met.
Pray you, sir, how much carnation ribbon may a man buy for a remuneration?
What is a remuneration?
Marry, sir, halfpenny farthing.
Oh, well, then 3 farthings worth of silk.
I thank your worship. God be with you.
Oh, stay a slave. I must employ thee. As thou wilt win my favor, good my knave, do one thing for me that I shall entreat.
When would you have it done, sir?
Oh, this afternoon.
Oh, well, I will do it, sir. Fare you well.
No, thou knowest not what it is.
Well, I shall know, sir, when I have done it.
Villain, thou must know it first.
Well, I will come to your worship tomorrow morning.
It must be done this afternoon. Hark, slave, it is but this. The princess comes to hunt here in the park, and in her train there is a gentle lady. When tongues speak sweetly, then they name her name, and Rosalind they call her. Ask for her, and to her white hand see thou do commend this sealed up counsel. There's thy guerdon. Go.
Guerdon. Oh, sweet guerdon! Better than remuneration. 11 pence farthing better. A most sweet guerdon. I will do it, sir, in print. Guerdon, remuneration. Exit.
Oh, and I forsooth in love, I that have been love's whip, a very beetle to a humorous sigh, a critic, nay, a night watch constable, a domineering pedant o'er the boy, than whom no mortal so magnificent, this wimpled, whining, purblind, wayward boy, the Signor Unios, giant dwarf Don Cupid, regent of love rhymes, lord of folded arms, the anointed sovereign of sighs and groans, liege of all loiterers and malcontents, dread prince of plackets, king of codpieces, sole imperator, and great general of trotting parators. Oh, my little heart! And I to be a corporal of his field, and wear his colors like a tumbler's hoop. What? I love, I sue, I seek a wife, a woman that is like a German cloak, still a repairing, ever out of frame, and never going aright, being a watch, but being watched that it may still go right. Nay, to be perjured, which is worst of all, and among three to love the worst of all. Oh, witly wanton, with a velvet brow, with two pitch balls stuck in her face for eyes. Aye, and by heaven, one that will do the deed, though Argus were her eunuch and her guard. And I to sigh for her, to watch for her, to pray for her. Go to. 'Tis a plague that Cupid will impose for my neglect of his almighty dreadful little might. Well, I will love, write, sigh, pray, shew, groan. Some men must love my lady, and some Joan.
Actus Quartus, enter the princess, a forester, her ladies and her lords. Princess also has the queen as a prefix sometimes, so that's you, Kitty, again.
Was that the king that spurred his horse so hard against the steep uprising of the hill?
I know not, but I think it was not he.
Whoe'er it was, it showed a mounting mind. Well, lords, today we shall have our dispatch. On Saturday we will return to France. Then, forester, my friend, where is the bush that we must stand and play the murderer in?
Hereby, upon the edge of yonder coppice, a stand where you may make the fairest shoot.
I thank my beauty, I am fair that shoot, and thereupon thou speaks the fairest shoot.
Pardon me, madam, for I meant not so.
What? What? First praise me, and then again say no? Oh, short-lived pride. Not fair? Alack for woe.
Yes, madam, fair.
Nay, never paint me now. Where fair is not, praise cannot mend the brow. Here, good my glass, take this for telling true. Fair payment for foul words is more than due.
Nothing is fair, but fair is that which you inherit.
See, my beauty will be saved by merit. Oh, heresy and fair, fit for these days, a giving hand, though foul, shall have fair praise. But come, the bow. Now mercy goes to kill, and shooting well is then accounted ill. Thus will I save my credit in the shoot, not wounding. Pity would not let me do't. If wounding, then 'twas to show my skill, that more for praise than purpose meant to kill. And out of question, so it is sometimes, glory grows guilty of detested crimes. When for fame's sake, for praise an outward part, we bend to that, the working of the heart. As I for praise alone now seek to spill the poor dear's blood, that my heart means no ill.
Oh, do not curse wives hold that self-sovereignty only for praise sake when they strive to be lords over their lords?
Only for praise, and praise we may afford to any lady that subdues a lord.
Oh,
Enter clown.
here comes a member of the Commonwealth.
God dig you den all. Pray you, which is the head lady?
Thou shalt know her, fellow, by the rest that have no heads.
Which is the greatest lady, the highest?
The thickest and the tallest.
Ah, the thickest and the tallest. It is so, truth is truth. And your waist, mistress, were as slender as my wit. One of these maids' girdles for your waist should be fit. Are you not the chief woman? You are the thickest here.
What's your will, sir? What's your will?
I have a letter from Monsieur Baron to one Lady Rosaline.
Oh, thy letter, thy letter. He's a good friend of mine. A stand aside, good bearer. By it you can carve, break up this capon.
I am bound to serve. This letter is mistook in importance none here. It is writ to Jaquinette.
Oh, we will read it, I swear. Break the neck of the wax, and every one give ear. By heaven, thou art fair is most infallible.
By heaven, thou art fair is most infallible. True that thou art beauteous, truth itself that thou art lovely, more fairer than fair, beautiful than beauteous, truer than true itself. Have commiseration on their heroical vassal, the magnanimous and most illustrate king Capuata set eye upon the pernicious incubate beggar Xenoflan, and he was that might righty say veni viti visci vendi which two and no nothers and no thighs in the vulgar, oh base and obscure vulgar. Vitalis, he came, see, and overcame her. He came 1, 2, 3, 3, overcame 3. Who came the king? Why did he come to see? What did he see to overcome? To whom came he? To the beggar. What saw he? The beggar. Who overcame he? The beggar. The conclusion is victory. On whose side? The king. The captain is enriched. On whose side? The beggars. The catastrophe is a nuptial. On whose side? The king's. No, on both in one, or one in both. I am the king, for so stands the comparison. Thou the beggar, for so witnesses thy lowliness. Shall I commend thy love? I may. Shall I enforce thy love? I could. Shall I entreat thy love? I will. What? Shalt thou exchange for rags, robes for titles for thyself me? Thus expecting thy reply, I propane my lips on thy foot, my eyes on thy picture, and my heart on thy every part. Don Adriano de Armatho. Thus doth hear the Nemean lion roar against thee, thou lamb that standest as his prey. Submissive fall his princely feet before, and he from forage will incline to play. But if thou strive, poor soul, what art thou then? Food for his rage, repasture for his den.
What plume of feathers is he that indited this letter? What vane, what weathercock? Did you ever hear better?
I am much deceived, but I remember the style.
Else your memory is bad, going o'er it erewhile.
This Armando is a Spaniard that keeps here in court. A Phantasmine, a Manaracho, and one that makes sport to the prince and his bookmates.
Thou fellow, a word. Who gave thee this letter?
I told you, my lord.
To whom shouldst thou give it?
From my lord to my lady.
From which lord to which lady?
From my lord Baron, a good master of mine, to a lady of France that he called Rosaline.
Oh, thou hast mistaken this letter. Come, lords, away. Here, sweet, put up this, 'twill be thine another day.
Who is the shooter? Who is the shooter?
Shall I teach you to know?
I, my continental beauty.
Why, she that bears the bow, finely put off.
My lady goes to kill horns. But if thou marry, hang me by the neck if horns that year miscarry, finely put on.
Well, then, I am the shooter.
But who is your dear?
If we choose by the horns, yourself come not near. Finely put on indeed.
Maria, Kitty.
I'm here. I didn't know I was still here. Good grief. You shall wrangle with her, Boyet, and she strikes at the brow.
But she herself is hit lower. have I hit her now?
Shall I come upon thee with an old saying? There was a man when King Pippin of France was a little boy, as touching the hit it.
So I may answer thee with one as old that was a woman when Queen Quinova of Britain was a little wench as touching the hit it.
Thou canst not hit it. Thou canst not hit it, my good man.
I can, and I can, another can.
By my troth, most pleasant, how both did fit it.
A mark, marvelous well shot, for they both did hit.
Quiet. Now you still have a line. It said exit after yours, but it was actually Rosaline's
It's
exit.
mine, a mark, but that mark, a mark, says my lady. Let the mark have a prick in it to meet at, if it may. And then there's Maria.
Wide the bow hand. I' faith, your hand is out.
Indeed, it must shoot nearer, or he'll ne'er hit the clout.
And if my hand be out, then belike your hand is in.
Then will she get the upshoot by cleaving the is in.
Come, you talk greasily. Your lips grow foul.
She's too hard for you at pricks, sir. Challenge her to bowl.
I fear too much rubbing. Good night, my good Ole.
By my soul, a swain, a most simple clown. Lord, Lord, how the ladies and I have put him down. Oh, my troth, most sweet jests, most inconey, vulgar wit, when it comes so smoothly off, so obscenely, as it were, so fit. Our Mothor at the side, oh, a most dainty man, to see him walk before a lady and bear her fan, to see him kiss his hand, and how most sweetly he will swear, and his page, another side, that handful of wit, and heavens, it is a most pathetical knit. Sola, exeunt, shoot within. Enter Dull, Holofernes the pedant, and Nathaniel. Sir Nathaniel.
Oh, I am Nathaniel, right. Okay.
Yes.
Very reverent sport, truly, and done in the testimony of a good conscience.
The deer was, as you know, sanguis in blood, ripe as a palm water, who now hangeth like a jewel in the ear of Cherrer the sky, the welkin of heavens, and anon falleth like a crab on the face of terror, the soil, the land, the earth.
Oh, truly am Holofernes, The epithes are sweetly varied like a scholar at the least, but sir, I assure ye, it was a buck of the first head.
Sir Nathaniel, haud credo.
'Twas not a hod credo, 'twas a pricket.
Most barbarous intimation, yet a kind of insinuation, as it were in viva, in way of explication facere, as it were replication, or rather ostentare, to show, as it were, his inclination after his undressed, unpolished, uneducated, unpruned, untrained, or rather unlettered, or rather unconfirmed fashion to insert again my odd credo for a deer.
I said the deer was not a hod credo, 'twas a pricket.
Twice sod simplicity. His coctus. Oh, thou monster ignorance, how deformed dost thou look!
See, he has never fed of the dainties that are bred in the brook. He has not ate paper, as it were. He has not drunk ink. His intellect is not replenished. He is only an animal, only sensible in the dull part, and in such barren plants are set before us that we thankful should be, which we taste and feeling are for those parts that do fructify in us more than he. For as it would ill become me to be vain, indiscreet, or fool, so were there a patch set on learning to see him in a school. But beni, say I, being of an old father's mind, many can brook the weather that love not the wind.
You two are bookmen. Can you tell by your wit what was a month old at Cain's birth that's not 5 weeks old as yet?
Dictissima, Goodman, dictissima, Goodman Dull.
What is dictima?
A title to Phoebe, to Luna, to the moon.
The moon was a month old when Adam was no more, and wrought not to 5 weeks when he came to 5 score. The allusion holds in the exchange.
It is true indeed. The collusion holds in the exchange.
Oh, God comfort thy capacity. I say the allusion holds in the exchange.
And I say the collusion holds in the exchange. For the moon is never but a month old, and I say beside that 'twas a pricket that the princess killed.
Sir Nathaniel, will you hear an extemporal epitaph on the death of the deer, and to humour the ignorant called the deer, the princess killed a pricket?
Oh, purge, good M. Holofernes, purge, so it shall please you to abrogate scurrility.
I will something affect a letter, for it argues facility. Let me say, the prayerful princess pierced and pricked a pretty pleasing pricket. Some say a sore, but not a sore, till now made sore with shooting. The dogs did yell, put L to sore, then sorrel jumps from thicket. Or pricket sore, or else sorrel, the people fall a booting. If sore be sore, then L to sore makes 50 sores o' sorrel. Of one sore an 100 make, by adding one more L.
A rare talent.
If a talent be a claw, look how he claws him with a talent.
This is a gift that I have simple, a foolish, extravagant spirit, full of forms, figures, shapes, objects, ideas, apprehensions, motions, revolutions. These are begot in the ventricle of memory, nourished in the womb of primater, and delivered upon the mellowing of occasion. But the gift is good in those in whom it is acute, and I am thankful for it.
Sir, I praise the Lord for you, and so may my parishes, for their sons are well tutored by you, and their daughters profit very greatly unto you. You're a good member of the commonwealth.
Me Hercle. If their sons be ingenuous, they shall want no instruction. If their daughters be capable, I will put it to them. But vir sapis qui pocha loquitor, a soul feminine saluteth us.
Enter Jack Quinetta and the clown.
God give you good morrow, Master Person.
Master person, quasi person? And if one should be pursed, which is the one?
Marry, master schoolmaster, he that is likest to a hogshead.
Oh, of pursing a hog's head, a good lustre of conceit in a turf of earth, fire enough for a flint, pearl enough for a swine. 'Tis pretty, it is well.
Oh, good Master Parson, be so good as read me this letter. It was given me by Costard and sent me from Don Amatho. I beseech you, read it.
Oh, facile percor gelida quando pecas omnia suvimbra ruminant, and so forth. Ah, good Mantuam, I may speak of thee as the traveller doth of Venice. Vemice ventra quenon undo quenon perece. Old Mantuan, who understandeth thee not, ut re sol la mi fa. And pardon, sir, what are the contents, or rather, as Horace says in his What my soul verses?
I sound very learned.
Oh, let me hear a staff, a stanza, a verse. Legge Domine.
If love make me forsworn, how shall I swear to love? Ah, never faith could hold, if not to beauty vowed. Though to myself forsworn, to thee I'll faithful prove. Those thoughts to me were oaks, to thee like osiers bowed. Oh, study his bias leaves and make his book thine eyes. Oh, those thoughts to me were owls, to thee like owls bowed. Study his bias leaves and make his book thine eyes, where all those pleasures leave that art would comprehend. If knowledge be the mark, to know thee shall suffice. Well learned is that tongue that well can thee commend. All ignorant that soul that sees thee without wonder, which is to me some praise that I thy parts admire. Thy eyes Jove's lightning bears, thy voice his dreadful thunder, which not to anger bent is music and sweet fire. Celestial as thou art, oh pardon love this wrong, that sings heaven's praise with such an earthly tongue.
You find not the apostrophus, and so miss the accent. Let me supervise the canjonet. Now, here are only numbers ratified, but for the elegancy, facility, and golden cadence of poesy, carrot. Oh, Vidius Naso was the man. And why indeed Naso, but for smelling out the odoriferous flowers of fancy, the jerks of invention, imitare is nothing. So doth the hound his master, the ape his keeper, the tired horse his rider. Ah, but damosella virgin, was this directed to you?
I, sir, for one Monsieur Baron, one of the strange queen's lords.
Well, overglance the superscript, to the snow-white hand of the most beauteous lady Rosaline. I will look again on the intellect of the letter for the nomination of the party written to the person written unto. Your ladyships in all desired employment. Berowyn.
Person is Nathaniel Parson.
Oh, sir, Holofernes, this Baron is one of the votaries with the king, and here he has framed a letter to a sequant of the stranger queens, which accidentally or by the way of progression hath miscarried. Trip and go, my sweetie, deliver this paper into the hand of the king. It may concern much. Stay not thy compliment. I forgive thy duty. Adieu. Good Cassard, go with me. Sir, God save your life.
Have with thee, my girl. Exit. But you're still there as Nathaniel, Jackie.
Sir, you have done this in the fear of God very religiously, and as a certain father saith,
Oh, sir, tell not me of the father. I do fear colorable colours. But to return to the verses, did they please you, Sir Nathaniel?
Oh, marvelous well for the pen.
I do to dine to-day at the father's of a certain pupil of mine, where if, being repast, it shall please you to gratify the table with a grace, I will on my privilege I have on with the parents of the foresaid child or pupil undertake your bienvenuto, where I will prove those verses to be very unlearned, neither savouring of poetry, wit, nor invention. I beseech your society.
And thank you too, for society, saith the text, is the happiness of life.
And that is the text most infallibly concludes it. Sir, I do invite you to. You shall not say me nay. Pocha verba. Away the gentles are at their game, and we will to our recreation.
Exeunt. Enter Barone with a paper in his hand, alone.
The king, he is hunting the deer. I am coursing myself. They have pitched a toil, I am toiling in a pitch. Pitch that defiles, defile, a foul word. I'll set thee down, sorrow. For so they say the fool said, and so say I, and I the fool. Well proved, wit. By the Lord, this love is as mad as Ajax. It kills sheep, it kills me. I am a sheep. Well proved again on my side. I will not love. If I do, hang me. Faith, I will not. Oh, but her eye. Oh, by this light, but for her eye I would not love her. Yes, for her 2 eyes. Ah, well, I do nothing in the world but lie in my throat. Oh, by heaven, I do love, and it hath taught me to rhyme and to be melancholy. Well, she hath one of my sonnets already. The clown bore it, the fool sent it, and the lady hath it. Sweet clown, sweeter fool, sweetest lady. By the world, I would not care a pin if the other 3 were in. Oh, here comes one with a paper. Give him grace to groan.
He stands aside. The king entereth.
Ay me.
Shot by heaven. Proceed, sweet Cupid. Thou hast thumped him with thy bird bolt under the left pap in faith secrets.
So sweet a kiss the golden sun gives not to those fresh morning drops upon the rose, as thy eye beams when their fresh rays have smote. The night of dew that on my cheeks down flows, nor shines the silver moon 1/2 so bright through the transparent bosom of the deep, as doth thy face through tears of mine give light. Thou shinest in every tear that I do weep, no drop but as a coach doth carry thee. So ridest thou triumphing in my woe. Do but behold the tears that swell in me, and they thy glory through my grief will show. But do not love thyself, then I will keep my tears for glasses, and still make me weep. O Queen of Queens, how far dost thou excel? No thought can think, nor tongue of mortal tell. How shall she know my griefs? I'll drop the paper. Sweet leaves shade folly. Who comes here?
Enter Longaville. The king steps aside.
What, Longaville? And reading? Listen, ear.
How in thy likeness one more fool appear?
Ay me, I am forsworn.
But he comes in like a perjure, wearing papers.
In love, I hope sweet fellowship in shame.
One drunkard loves another of the name.
Am I the first that have been perjured so?
I could put thee in comfort, not by 2 that thou makest the triumphary, the corner cap of society, the shape of love's Tyburn that hangs up simplicity.
I fear these stubborn lines lack power to move. Oh, sweet Maria, empress of my love, these numbers will I tear and write in prose.
Oh, rhymes are guards on wanton Cupid's hose, disfigure not his shop.
Well, this same shall go. Did not the heavenly rhetoric of thine eye, 'gainst whom the world cannot hold argument, persuade my heart to this false perjury? Vows for thee broke deserve not punishment. A woman I forswore, but I will prove, thou being a goddess, I forswore not thee. My vow was earthly, thou a heavenly love. Thy grace being gained cures all disgrace in me. Vows are but breath, and breath a vapor is. Then thou, fair sun, which on my earth dost shine, exhalest this vapor vow, in thee it is. If broken, then it is no fault of mine. If by me broke, what fool is not so wise to lose an oath, to win a paradise?
This is the liver vein, which makes a flesh a deity. Oh, green goose, a goddess, pure, pure idolatry. God amend us, God amend, we are much out of the way.
Enter Dumaine. By whom shall I send this? Oh, company? Stay.
All
All hid? All hid. An old infant play, like a demigod. Here sit I in the sky, and wretched fool secretly, hatefully, or I, more sex to the mill. Oh, heavens, I have my wish. Dumaine transformed 4 woodcocks in a dish.
Oh, most divine Kate!
Oh, most profane coxcomb.
By heaven, the wonder of a mortal eye.
Why, earth, she is not corporeal, there you lie.
Her amber hairs for fall hath amber coated.
An amber-colored raven was well noted.
As upright as the cedar.
Stooped, I say, her shoulders with child.
As fair as day.
Aye, as some days, but then no sun must shine.
Oh, that I had my wish.
And I had mine.
And mine too, good lord.
Amen, so I had mine. Is that not a good word?
I would forget her, but a fever she reigns in my blood and will remembered be.
A fever in your blood, why then incision would let her out in saucers, sweet Miss Prisian.
Once more I'll read the ode that I have writ.
Once more I'll mark how love can vary wit.
On a day, alack the day, love whose month is every May, spied a blossom passing fair, playing in the wanton air. Through the velvet leaves the wind, all unseen can passage find. Got the lover sick and doth with himself the heaven's breath. Ere, quoth he, thy cheeks may blow, ere would I my triumph sow. But alack, my hand is sworn, ne'er to pluck thee from thy throne. Vow alack for youth unmeet, youth so apt to pluck a sweet. Do not call it sin in me that I am forsworn for thee. Thou for whom Jove would swear, Juno had an Ethiop, but an Ethiop were, and deny himself a Jove. Turning mortal for thy love, this will I send, and something else more plain, that shall express my true love's fasting pain. Oh, would the king, Barone, and Longueville were lovers too, ill to example ill. Would from my forehead wipe a perjured note, for none offend where all alike do dote.
Dumaine, thy love is far from charity, that in love's grief desirest society. You may look pale, but I should blush, I know, to be your herd and taken napping so.
Come, sir, you blush. You blush, as your case is such, you chided him, offending twice as much. You do not love Maria? Longueville did ever sonnet for her sake compile, nor never lay his wreathed arms athwart his loving bosom to keep down his heart. I have been closely shrouded in this bush, and marked you both, for you both did blush. I heard your guilty rhymes, observed your fashion, saw sighs reek from you, noted well your passion. Ay me, says one. Oh, Jove, the other cries. Oh, on her hairs were gold, crystal the other's eyes. You would for paradise break faith and troth, and Jove for your love would infringe an oath. What will Baron say when he shall hear faith infringed, which such zeal did swear? How will he scorn? How will he spend his wit? How will he triumph, leap and laugh at it? For all the wealth that ever I did see, I would not have him know so much by me.
Now step I forth to whip hypocrisy. Oh, good my liege, I pray thee pardon me. Good heart, what grace hast thou thus to reprove these worms for loving that art most in love? Your eyes do make no couches in your tears. There is no certain princess that appears. You'll not be perjured. 'Tis a hateful thing. Hush, none but minstrels like of sonneting. But are you not ashamed? Nay, are you not, all three of you, to be thus more o'ershot? You found his moth, the king your moth did see, but I a beam doth find in each of three. Oh, what a scene of foolery have I seen, of sighs, of groans, of sorrow, and of teen. Oh, me, with strict patience have I sat to see a king transformed to a gnat, to see great Hercules whipping a gig, and profound Solomon turning a jig, and Nestor play at pushpin with the boys, and critic Timon laugh at idle toys. Where lies thy grief? Oh, good Dumaine, and gentle Longueville, where lies thy pain? And where my lieges all about the breast? A candle hole!
Ah, too bitter is thy jest. Are we betrayed thus to thy overview?
Not you by me, but I betrayed to you. I that am honest. I that hold it sin to break the vow I am engaged in. I am betrayed by keeping company with men like men of inconstancy. When shall you see me write a thing in rhyme, or groan for Joan, or spend a minute's time in pruning me, when you shall hear that I will praise a hand, a foot, a face, an eye, a gait, a state, a brow, a breast, a waist, a leg, a limb?
Salford, whither away so fast? A true man or a thief that gallops so?
I post from love, good lover, let me go.
Enter Jaquinetta and the clown.
Oh, God bless the king.
What present hast thou there?
Some certain treason.
What makes treason here?
Well, nay, it makes nothing, sir.
If it mar nothing, neither the treason and you go in peace away together.
Oh, I beseech your grace, let this letter be read. Our person misdoubts it. It was treason, he said.
Baron, read it over.
He reads the letter.
Where hadst thou it?
Jacanetta.
Where hadst thou it, Jacanetta?
Where's my? I'm sorry, somebody
69.
read this. Wait a second. Everything. My picture went dead. Let me see if I can get back. What line is she on, Jacanetta?
Page 69.
69, the first where thou hadst it.
What's it? Jaquinetta, I beseech your grace, or I did that. Okay, where are we now? Beyond.
Next line.
The next line was
Where hadst thou
where
it?
has of custard.
Where hadst thou it?
I've done a dramadio. I've done a dramadio.
How now? What is in you? Why dost thou tear it?
A toy, my liege, a toy. Your grace needs not fear it.
It did move him to passion, and therefore let's hear it.
It is Baron's writing, and here is his name.
Ah, you horse and loggerhead, you were born to do me shame. Guilty, my lord. Guilty, I confess, I confess.
What?
That you three fools lacked me fool to make up the mess. He, and you, my liege, and I are pick purses in love, and we deserve to die. Oh, dismiss this audience, and I shall tell you more.
Now the number is even.
True, we are four. Will these turtles be gone?
Hence, sirs, away.
Walk aside, the true folks, and let the traitors stay.
Sweet lords, sweet lovers, let us embrace, as true as we are, as flesh and blood can be. The sea will ebb and flow, heaven will show his face. Young blood doth not obey an old decree. We cannot cross the cause why we are born, therefore of all hands must we be forsworn.
What? Did these rent lines show some love of thine?
Did they, quoth you? Who sees the heavenly Rosalind, that like a rude and savage man of Inde at the first opening of the gorgeous east, bows not his vassal head, and stricken blind, kisses the base ground with obedient breast? What peremptory eagle-sided eye dares look upon the heaven of her brow that is not blinded by her majesty?
What zeal, what fury hath inspired thee now? My love, her mistress, is a gracious moon, she an attending star, scarce seen a light.
Ah, my eyes are then no eyes, nor I own. Oh, but for my love, day would turn to night. Of all complexions, the called sovereignty do meet as at a fair in her fair cheek, where several worthies make one dignity, where nothing wants that want itself doth seek. Lend me the flourish of all gentle tongues, fie painted rhetoric. Oh, she needs it not to things of sale. A seller's praise belongs. She passes praise, then praise too short doth blot. A withered hermit, 50 winters worn, might shake off 50, looking in her eye. Beauty doth varnish age, as if new born, and gives the crutch the cradle's infancy. Oh, 'tis the sun that maketh all things shine.
By heaven, thy love is black as ebony.
Is ebony like her? Oh, word divine! A wife of such word were felicity. Oh, who can give an oath? Where is a book that I may swear beauty doth beauty lack, if that she learn not of her eye to look? No face is fair that is not so full, so black.
Oh, paradox! Black is the badge of hell, the hue of dungeons, and the school of night, and beauty's crest becomes the heaven's well.
Devils soonest tempt resembling spirits of light. Oh, if in black my lady's brows be decked, it mourns that painting usurping hair should ravish doters with a false aspect, and therefore is she born to make black fair. Her favor turns the fashion of the days, for native blood is counted painting now, and therefore red that would avoid dispraise paints itself black to imitate her brow.
To look like her are chimney sweepers black.
And since her time, our colliers counted bright.
And Ethiops of their sweet complexion crack.
Dark needs no candles now, for dark is light.
Your mistresses dare never come in rain for fear their colours should be washed away.
'Twere good yours did. For, sir, to tell you plain, I'll find a fairer face not washed to-day.
I'll prove her fair or talk till doomsday here.
No devil will fright thee then so much as she.
I never knew man hold vile stuff so dear.
Look, here's thy love, my foot and her face see.
Oh, if the streets were paved with thine eyes, her feet were much too dainty for such tread.
Oh, vile, then as she goes what upward lies, the street should see as she walked overhead.
But what of this? Are we not all in love?
Oh, nothing so sure, and thereby all forsworn.
Then leave this chat, and good Baron, now prove our loving lawful, and our faith not torn.
Ay, marry, there some flattery for this evil.
Oh, some authority, how to proceed, some tricks, some quillets, how to cheat the devil.
Some salve for perjury.
No, 'tis more than need. Have at you then, affection's men-at-arms. Consider what you first did swear unto: to fast, to study, and to see no woman. Flat treason against the kingly state of youth. Say, can you fast? Your stomachs are too young, and abstinence engenders maladies. And where that you have vowed to study, lords, in that each of you have forsworn his book. Can you still dream and pore and thereon look? For when would you, my lord, or you, have found the ground of study's excellence without the beauty of a woman's face? From woman's eyes this doctrine I derive. They are the ground, the books, the academes, from whence doth spring the true Promethean fire. Why, universal plodding poisons up the nimble spirits in the arteries, as motion and long during action tires the sinewy vigor of the traveler. Now, for not looking on a woman's face, you have in that forsworn the use of eyes. And study, too, the causer of your vow. For where is any author in the world teaches such beauty as a woman's eye? Learning is but an adjunct to ourself, and where we are, our learning likewise is. Then when ourselves we see in ladies' eyes with ourselves, do we not likewise see our learning there? Oh, we have made a vow to study, lords, and in that vow we have forsworn our books. For when would you, my liege, or you in leaden contemplation have found out such fiery numbers as the prompting eyes, a beauty's tutors have enriched you with? Other slow arts entirely keep the brain, and therefore finding barren practisers, scarce shew a harvest of their heavy toil. But love first learned in a lady's eyes lives not alone immured in the brain, but with the motion of all elements, courses as swift as thought in every power, and gives to every power a double power above their functions and their offices. It adds a precious seeing to the eye. A lover's eyes will gaze an eagle blind. A lover's ear will hear the lowest sound when the suspicious head of theft is stopped. Love's feeling is more soft and sensible than are the tender horns of cockled snails. Love's tongue proves dainty, Bacchus gross in taste for valor. Is not love a Hercules, still climbing trees in the Hesperides, subtle as Sphinx, as sweet and musical as bright Apollo's lute, strung with his hair? And when love speaks, the voice of all the gods make heaven drowsy with the harmony. Never durst poet touch a pen to write until his ink were tempered with love's sighs. Oh, then his lines would ravish savage ears and plant in tyrants mild humility. From woman's eyes this doctrine I derive. They sparkle still the right Promethean fire. They are the books, the arts, the academes that show, contain, and nourish all the world. Else none at all in our aught proves excellent. And fools you were these women to forswear? Or keeping what is sworn, you will prove fools, for wisdom's sake a word that all men love, or for love's sake a word that loves all men, or for men's sake the author of these women, or women's sake by whom we men are men. Let's once loose our oaths to find ourselves, or else we loose ourselves to keep our oaths. It is religion to be thus forsworn, for charity itself fulfills the law, and who can sever love from charity?
Saint Cupid, then, and soldiers to the field.
Advance your standards, and upon them, lords, pell-mell, down with them! But be first advised in conflict that you get the son of them.
Now, to plain dealing, lay these glozes by. Shall we resolve to woo these girls of France?
And win them too. Therefore let us devise some entertainment for them in their tents.
First from the park let us conduct them thither. Then homeward every man attach the hand to his fair mistress. In the afternoon we will with some strange pastime solace them, such as shortness of the time can shape. For revels, dances, masks, and merry hours forerun fair love, strewing her way with flowers.
Away, away, no time shall be omitted. That will be time, and may by us be fitted.
Alone, alone, sowed cockle, reaped no corn, and justice away swirls in equal measure. Light wenches may prove plagues to men forsworn, if so our copper buys no better treasure.
Exeunt, and we will take a brief 5-minute break here.
Paul, you disabled my video. It says the host disabled my video.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's why I'm not being able to be seen.
Sorry about that. I did. I mean, at one point you had your video off and then you turned it on, and when you exited, and so I turned it off. But then I thought I didn't realize it.
I didn't do a thing to it. It went by itself.
Okay. No. I did it. You're right. I did do it to you, but it was because at one point when you were in a scene, your camera was off, and then you turned it on just as somebody else, just as it was like going to be Barone's monologue. So that's why I stopped it. So yeah, I'm sorry about that. I meant to restart it again.
It's okay.
Sometimes it doesn't. I don't. Sometimes you can restart it again without me having to do it. But sorry about that.
Do it. Okay, now
I need to rewatch this. I was in the bathroom during Barome because I was sick, so I'm going to watch it later because that's one of my favorite parts of the play.
I've never read that speech before. That is an amazing speech.
It's very. I know. I did it for an audition. It's too long to do for an audition.
I've got to study that one. That was great.
But
great writing.
But
can we have a bathroom break?
I came back in.
Yeah, we're taking a 5-minute break now. We'll be back at 3. Yeah.
Well, so I came back in and I thought, oh my God, I'm going to miss my cue. And I started remembering a line from a TV show with Ethel Merman. And they said, oh, Miss Merman, you're on. She goes, how am I doing?
Yeah.
Oh, missing your cue is a terrible thing. Oh, God.
Well,
it is. Have you ever missed your cue in a play? I was on stage with a girl who missed her cue. And of all plays, we were doing Home Free. You know the play?
I'm not familiar with that.
It's a Lanford Wilson one act about a brother and sister. And I guess you could call them kind of schizophrenic. They've got this imaginary baby and this whole thing, and they never go out of the house and they're isolated. And she goes out. And anyway. And she missed her cue. And I'm having this whole thing where I'm talking to my imaginary classroom, which is fine. So I just had to improvise and just keep talking. And my friend Edlin said, he said, no, it worked. He heard. I totally believe those children that you were talking to. Very strange play. Take a look at it. Something. Lanford Wilson, Home Free.
Okay. Yeah, I have to check that out. One of my father's favorite stories about an actor missing a cue was he was stage managing the Three Sisters at the old 4th Street Theater. And this was before he was very good friends with Jerry Heiken, who was playing Andre in it. And there's one point where Andre's sort of left alone, and then the old servant comes in, and the old servant wasn't there. So my father had to run down, and because the dressing room was like way down, and so he had to go down and get the old actor and get him up and hurry him up the stairs and practically shove him on the stage. And as the old guy goes on, he just sort of looked at him and put his teeth in as he went on. And then afterwards, so like Jerry Heiken, who was playing Andre, was on stage alone for like silent with nothing to say for like 2.5 minutes. And so afterwards, my father went to him and said, oh, I'm so sorry. He wasn't there for his cue. I had to go down and get him. And Jerry was like, well, could we maybe keep in like 30 seconds of that? You know, because he was just having so much fun, you know, being in the moment and just being there as Andre in the scene, that he had no problem with it. And so the audience had no problem with it. So,
Uda Hagen always used to say, she said, always think about what would I be doing if I wasn't talking?
Yeah,
So
activities always very
even if
useful
you're,
things.
yeah, I mean, even if like you're doing something very, very little or nothing, or just even sitting, you've got something internal going on. Yeah.
Hmm.
You always got, that's,
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, I know it's also that's one of the things as again, and this is another play where it's like getting amateurs to deliver letters, and oh, it all goes wrong. So, but
It's an older code, but it checks out.
yeah, it's like okay, well, I got two letters, and I get them both wrong.
Oh my
So.
goodness.
But it's also, I mean, I think there's just getting back to the idea of like activities and what you're doing when you're not doing things, as I've been actually delivering the mail in some of the cold weather, that having the activity of like sorting the mail, focusing on the mail as you're delivering it, it helps you sort of deal with the cold. So that's the importance of activities. So yes, this is this is a play where it's like so much language, so much words, so much.
Yeah.
It's glorious. It's like I've got to do some more research. If I remember correctly, this is thought of as sort of an early to mid-career play. Am I right?
Early, yeah, early.
And kind of, and you can kind of see him just letting his poet soul loose on this, and he never quite lets himself do it again in the same way. It mutates and grows into.
It drifts in and out of pentameters.
Yeah.
Just in and out. It freaks you out. I saw it done by, I think it was Shakespeare and Co. in the Berkshires. Didn't understand it. It was dreadful. And then there is an excellent video version that was recorded at the Globe Theatre. The woman who now is running the Globe Theatre played the princess. And suddenly it all made sense. I mean, there's probably cuts in it to cut out. So, Holofernes and all that lot with these bouncing back Latin tags one another. Nobody understands the damn things. Who learns Latin? Well, my grandson is teaching himself Latin, but sensible people don't.
Yeah, no, actually, I was when I worked at Applause Books, I dealt with John Russell Brown, who did all the Applause Shakespeare series and everything there, and he was talking about that he'd seen a production in India, because in India they taught Latin to the kids in schools and they got the Latin jokes.
Yeah.
And also the whole thing that we don't use anymore, that costard, beside being a character's name, it was also another term for the head or an apple. So here's a head broken in the shin. Here's a costard broken in the shin. It's like we don't get that joke anymore.
My daughter took Latin in high school and continued to do so in college. In fact, she was part of the Latin Society in her college, and every other year they would put on one of the comedies in Latin. So she's actually one-upped me. She's actually done a full play in Latin.
God.
Oh my gosh!
Even though she doesn't like being on stage, but they just like, you can compose the music for it if you actually just go on and do some of the lines. She's like, all right, I guess.
Well, and of course, so many of the Elizabethan playwrights, and not just in England but in France as well, were stealing the old Roman Plautus plays, the old Plautus raucous comedies, and converting those, But who can read them,
Yeah. Schoolboys in England, apparently.
Well, you work at Yale, Matt? Do you work at Yale?
I work at Yale, yes.
You love it there, huh? It's nice, isn't it?
It's an experience. I mean, the resources are amazing. It's a beautiful campus. The libraries are incomparable. It could stand with a bit of know-how in terms of leadership and management, though, to be honest.
The charge of the theater department.
I don't like Yale, because the last main production at the Jean Cocteau was going to be a new translation of The Miser by Molière, and he eventually gave it to Yale, and with sort of about a month to go, we got the translation yanked from us. So Not,
Oh,
not too
jeez.
keen on them.
Oh,
That's
no.
just it.
All right. Well, it's
right.
been more than 5 minutes, so let's get back on to what we say is Actus Quartus, but it's actually the fifth act, this is one of the longest fifth act in Shakespeare, and we get to the last scene, which is like the longest scene in Shakespeare. So onward with Love's Labour's Lost. Actus Quartus, really Actus Quintus. Enter pedant, curate, and dull.
That is,
Satis-
it's a fight. I'm the pendant.
No,
No.
he's the
Oh,
pedant.
I'm the
You're the curate.
Right.
You're the parson and the curate. I mean, we have parson, which sometimes is person, and pedant, so it does get confusing. But yes.
that is quid sufficit.
I praise God for you, sir. Your reasons at dinner have been sharp and sententious, pleasant without scurrility, witty without affection, audacious without impudency, learned without opinion, and strange without heresy. I did converse this quondam day with the compassion of the kings, who was in Tuland nominated or called Don Adriano de Amato.
Nove boninum tanquam te. His humour is lofty, his discourse peremptory, his tongue filed, his eye ambitious, his gait majestical, and his general behaviour vain, ridiculous, and thrasonical. He is too picked, too spruce, too affected, too odd, as it were, too peregrant, if I may call it.
A most singular and choice epithet.
Draws out his table book.
He draweth out the thread of his verbosity, finer than the staple of his argument. I abhor such fanatical phantasmists, such insociable and point-devised companions, such wreckers of orthography, as to speak doubt fine when he should say doubt, debt when he should pronounce dit, dibt, not det. He cleppeth a calf, cough, half, hoof, neighbour, vocateur, never. Oh, nay, breathed nay. This is abominable, which you would call abominable in insuantitet, nay, of infamy, nay, intelligis domine, to make frantic, lunatic.
Leasio bene intelligor.
Bome bun for bun pressican. A little scratch 'twill serve.
Enter braggart boy.
Vides ni quas renit.
Vene, video et guadio.
Tira!
Quare cerea, not sera?
Men of peace well encountered.
Most military, sir, salutation.
They have been in a great feast of languages and stolen the scraps.
Oh, they have lived long on the alms basket of words. I marvel thy master hath not eaten thee for a word, for thou art not so long by the head as honorificabilitudenatibus. Thou art easier swallowed than a flapdragon.
Peace the peal begins.
Monsieur, are you not lettered?
Yes, yes, he teaches boys the horn book. What is ab spelled backward with the horn on his head?
Bah, purica with a horn added.
Bah, most seely sheep with a horn. You hear his learning.
Quis thou consonant.
The last of the 5 vowels, if you repeat them, or the 5th if I
will repeat them. A, E.
The sheep, the other 2 concludes it o, u.
Now by the salt wave of the Mediterranean, a sweet touch, a quick vene, we of wit, snip, snap, quick and home, it rejoiceth my intellect, true wit.
Offered by a child to an old man, which is wit old.
What is the figure? What is the figure?
Horns.
Oh, thou disputes like an infant. Go whip thy jig.
Lend me your horn to make one, and I will whip about your infamy unum sita, a gig of a cuckold's horn.
And I had but 1 penny in the world. Thou shouldst have it to buy gingerbread. Hold, there is the very remuneration I had of thy master, thou halfpenny purse of wit, thou pigeon egg of discretion. Oh, and the heavens were so pleased that thou wert but my bastard. What a joyful father wouldst thou make me! Go to, thou hast it ad dunghill, at the fingers' ends, as they say.
Oh, I smell a false Latin.
Artsman,
Onium.
artsman preambulat. We will be singled from the barbarous. Do you not educate youth at the charge house on the top of the mountain?
Or Mons, the hill.
Your sweet pleasure for the mountain.
I do sans question.
Sir, it is the king's most sweet pleasure and affection to congratulate the princess at her pavilion in the posteriors of this day, which is the rude multitude call the afternoon.
The posterior of the day, most generous sir, is liable, congruent, and measurable for the afternoon. The word is well, could, choose, sweet, and apt, I do assure you, sir, I do assure you.
Sir, the king is a noble gentleman, and my familiar. I do assure ye, very good friend, for what is inward between us, let it pass. I do beseech thee, remember thy courtesy. I beseech thee, apparel thy head, and among other importunate and most serious designs, and of great import indeed too, but let that pass. For I must tell thee, it will please his grace by the world sometime to lean upon my poor shoulder, and with his royal finger thus dally with my excrement, with my mustachio. Sweetheart, let that pass. By the world, I recount no fable. Some certain special honors it pleases his greatness to impart to our motto, a soldier, a man of travel that has seen the world. But let that pass. The very all of it is. But, sweetheart, I do implore secrecy that the king would have me present the princess, sweet Chuck, with some delightful ostentation or show or pageant or antique or firework. Now, understanding that the curate and your sweet self are good at such eruptions and sudden breaking out of mirth, as it were, I have acquainted you all withal to the end to crave your assistance.
Sir, you shall present before her the 9 worthies. Sir Holofernes, as concerning some entertainment of time, some show in the posterior of this day, to be rendered by our assistants the king's command, and this most gallant, illustrate, and learned gentleman before the princess, I say none so fit as to present the 9 worthies.
Where will you find men worthy enough to present them?
Joshua yourself, myself, and this gallant gentleman Judas Maccabeus, this swain, because of his great limb or joint, shall pass Pompey the Great, the page Hercules.
Pardon, sir, error. He is not quantity enough for that worthy's thumb. He is not so big as the end of his club.
Shall I have audience? He shall present Hercules in minority. His enter and exit shall be strangling a snake, and I will have an apology for that purpose.
An excellent device. So if any of the audience hiss, you may cry, "Well done, Hercules. Now thou crushest the snake." That is the way to make an offense gracious, though few have the grace to do it.
For the rest of the worthies?
I will play thee myself.
Thrice worthy gentlemen.
Shall I tell you a thing?
Oh, we attend.
We will have, if this fadge not, an antique. I beseech you follow.
Oh, via, good Mandal, thou hast spoken no word all this while.
Nor understood none neither, sir.
Or alone we will employ thee.
I'll make one in a dance or so, or I will play on the tabor to the worthies and let them dance the hay.
Most dull, honest dull, to our sport away.
Exit. Enter ladies.
Rita. Excuse me. Let's try that again. Sweethearts, we shall be rich ere we depart, if fairings come thus plentifully in. A lady walled about with diamonds. Look you, what I have from the loving king.
Madam, came nothing else along with that?
Nothing but this. Yes, as much love in rhyme as would be crammed up in a sheet of paper, writ on both sides, the leaf margent and all, that he was fain to seal on Cupid's name.
That was the way to make his godhead wax, for he hath been 5,000 years a boy. Ay, and a shrewd, unhappy gallows, too. You'll ne'er be friends with him, and killed your sister. He made her melancholy, sad, and heavy, and so she died. Had she been light like you, of such a merry, nimble, stirring spirit, she might have been a grandam ere she died, and so may you, for a light heart lives long. What's your dark meaning, Mouse, of this light word? A light condition in a beauty dark. We need more light to find your meaning out. You'll mar the light by taking it in snuff. Therefore I'll darkly end the argument. Look what you do it still in the dark. So do not you, for you are a lighted wench. Indeed I weighed not on you, and therefore light. You weigh me not, oh, that you care not for me. Great reason, for past care is still past cure.
Well bandied both, a set of wit well played. But Rosaline, you have a favor too. Who sent it, and what is it?
I would you knew. And if my face were but as fair as yours, my favor were as great. Be witness this. Nay, I have verses too. I thank Barone. The number's true, and were the numbering due, I were the fairest goddess on the ground. I'm compared to 20,000 fairs. Oh, he hath drawn my picture in his letter.
Anything like?
Much in the letters, nothing in the praise.
Beauteous as ink. A good conclusion.
Fair as a text, be in a copybook. Where pencils? How? Let me not die your debtor, my red dominical, my golden letter. Oh, that your face were full of O's.
Ox of that jest, and I beshrew all shrouls. But, Catherine, what was sent to you from fair domain?
Madam, this glove.
Did he not send you twain?
Yes, madam. And moreover, some 1,000 verses of a faithful lover, a huge translation of hypocrisy, wildly compiled, profound simplicity. Maria.
And these pearls to me sent long ago. The letter is too long by half a mile. I think no less. Dost thou wish in heart the chain were longer and the letter short? Ay, or I would these hands might never part. We are wise girls to mock our lovers so.
So they are worse fools to purchase mocking so. That same Brown I'll torture ere I go. Oh, that I knew he were but in by the week. How would I make him fawn and beg and seek, and wait the season and observe the times, and spend his prodigal wits on bootless rhymes, and shape his service wholly to my device, and make him proud to make me proud, the jests so pertinent, like would I o'ersway his state, that he should be my fool, and I his fate.
None are so surely caught when they are catched, as wit turned fool, folly and wisdom hatched. Hath wisdom warrant and the help of school, and wit's own grace to grace a learned fool?
The blood of youth burns not with such excess as gravity's revolt to wantons be.
Follies in fools bears not so strong a note as foolery in the wise, when wit doth dote. Since all the power thereof it doth apply, to prove by wit worth in simplicity.
Enter Boyette.
Oh, here comes Villette, and mirth in his face.
Oh, I am stabbed with laughter. Oh, where's her grace?
Thy news, Villette?
Oh, prepare, madam, prepare. Arm, wenches, arm, encounters mounted are against your peace. Love doth approach, disguised, armed in arguments. You'll be surprised. Muster your wits, stand in your own defense, or hide your heads like cowards and fly hence.
Saint Dennis to Saint Cupid, what are they that charge their breath against us? Say, scout, say.
Under the cool shade of a sycamore, I thought to close mine eyes some half an hour, when lo, to interrupt my proposed rest, toward that shade I might behold addressed the king and his companions. Warily I stole into a neighbor thicket by, and overheard what you shall overhear, that by and by disguised they will be here. Their herald is a pretty knavish page, that well by heart hath conned his embassage. Action and accent did they teach him there. Thus must thou speak, and thus thy body bear, and ever and anon they made a doubt. Presence majestical would put him out. For quoth the king, an angel shalt thou see, yet fear not thou, but speak audaciously. The boy replied, an angel is not evil. I should have feared her had she been a devil. With that all laughed and clapped him on the shoulder, making the bold wag by their praises bolder. One rubbed his elbow thus and fleed and swore. A better speech was never spoke before. Another with his finger and his thumb cried, Vaya, 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 we will do it. Come what will come. The third be capered and cried, all goes well. The fourth turned on the toe, and down he fell. With that they all did tumble on the ground, with such a zealous laughter so profound, that in this spleen ridiculous appears to check their folly passions, solemn tears. They laugh so hard.
But what come they to visit us?
They do, and are apparelled thus, like Muscovites or Russians, as I guess. Their purpose is to parley, to court and dance, and every one his love feet will advance unto his several mistress, which they'll know by favors several which they did bestow.
And will they so? The gallants shall be tasked. For ladies, we will every one be masked, and not a man of them shall have the grace, despite of suit, to see a lady's face. Hold, Rosaline, this favor thou shalt wear, and then the king will court thee for his dear. Hold, take thou this, my sweet, and give me thine. So shall Baron take me for Rosaline, and change your favors too. So shall your loves woo contrary, deceived by these removes.
Come on then.
And where are the
Where
favors?
are the favors most in sight?
But
In this changing, what is your intent?
the effect of my intent is to cross theirs. They do it but in mocking merriment, and mock for mock is only my intent. Their several counsels they unbosom shall, to loves mistook, and so be mocked withal. Upon the next occasion that we meet, with visages displayed to talk and greet.
But shall we dance if they desire us to it?
No, to the deaf we will not move a foot, nor to their pen speech render we no grace, but while 'tis spoke, each turn away his face.
Or that contempt will kill the keeper's heart and quite divorce his memory from his part.
Therefore I do it, and I make no doubt the rest will ere come in if he be out. There's no such sport as sport by sport o'erthrown. To make theirs ours and ours none but our own. So shall we say mocking intended game, and they well mocked depart away with shame.
Sound.
The trumpet sounds. Be masked. The maskers come.
Enter blackamoors with music, the boy with his speech, and the rest of the lords disguised.
All hail the richest beauties on the earth,
He's no richer than rich taffeta.
a holy parcel of the fairest dames that ever turned their backs to mortal views.
Their eyes, villain, their eyes.
That ever turn their eyes to mortal views. Out
True, out indeed.
of your favors, heavenly spirits, vouchsafe not to behold,
Once to behold, rogue.
once to behold, with your sunbeamed eyes, with your sunbeamed eyes.
They will not answer to that epithet. You had best call it daughter beamed eyes.
They do not mark me, and that brings me out.
Is this your perfectness? Get gone, you rogue.
Rosaline.
What would these strangers? Know their minds, boyer? If they do speak our language, 'tis our will that some plain man recount their purposes. Know what they would.
What would you with the princes?
Nothing but peace and gentle visitation.
What would they, say they?
Let's see. She says you have it and you may be gone.
Nothing but peace and gentle visitation.
Why, that they have, and bid them so be gone.
She said.
She
Is
says
that
you have it.
boyette or boy? It's hard
She
to
says you
Boyette,
have it
it's
and you
boyette.
may be gone. Say to her, we have measured many miles to tread a measure with you on the grass.
If to come hither you have
No,
measured miles.
no, you're too late. Jackie, we're up. King just gave his line to tread a measure.
They say that they have measured many a mile to tread a measure with you on this grass.
It is not so. Ask them how many inches is in 1 mile. If they have measured many, the measure then of one is easily told.
If to come hither you have measured miles and many miles, the princess bids you tell how many inches doth fill up 1 mile.
Tell her we measure them by weary steps.
She hears herself.
How many weary steps of many weary miles you have o'ergone are numbered in the travel of 1 mile.
We number nothing that we spend for you. Our duty is so rich, so infinite, that we may do it still without account. Vouchsafe to show the sunshine of your face, that we, like savages, may worship it.
My face is but a moon, and clouded too.
Blessed are clouds to do as such clouds do. Vouchsafe, bright moon, and these thy stars to shine, those clouds removed upon thy watery eyne.
O vain petitioner, beg a greater matter. Thou now requests but moonshine in the water.
Then in our measure vouchsafe but one change. Thou bidst me beg, this begging is not strange.
Play music then, nay, you must do it soon. Not yet no dance, thus change I like the moon.
Will you not dance? How come you thus estranged?
You took the moon at full, but now she's changed.
Yet still she is the moon, and I the man.
The music plays, vouchsafe some motion to it. Our ears vouchsafe it.
But your legs should do it.
Since you're strangers and come here by chance, we'll not be nice. Take hands, we will not dance.
Why take you hands then?
only to part friends. Curtsy, sweethearts, and so the measure ends.
More measure of this measure be not nice.
We can afford no more at such a price.
Prize yourselves. What buys your company?
Your absence only.
Oh, that can never be.
Then cannot we be bought, and so adieu, twice to your visor and half once to you.
If you deny to dance, let's hold more chat.
In private, then.
I am best pleased with that.
White-handed mistress, one sweet word with thee. Queen. Kitty, that's you.
I thought I was the princess.
But the prefix is queen, a lot of it throughout.
Honey and milk and sugar, there is 3.
Nay then, 2 tries, and if you grow so nice, methagline, wort, and malmsey, well run dice, there's half a dozen sweets.
7 sweet adieu, since you can cog. I'll play no more with you.
1 word in secret.
Let it not be sweet.
How grievous my gall,
Gall, bitter.
therefore meet.
Will you vouchsafe with me to change your word?
That's you, Kitty, again, Maria.
Name it.
Fair lady.
Say you so? Fair lord, take you that for your fair lady.
Please it you as much in private, and I'll bid adieu.
What
Catherine.
was your visit made without a tongue?
That's
I know the reason, lady, why you ask.
Oh, for your reason? Quickly, sir, I long.
You have a double tongue within your mask, and would afford my speechless vizard half.
Veal, quoth the Dutchman, is not veal a calf?
Calf, fair lady?
No, a
no.
fair lord, calf.
Let's part the word.
No, I'll not be your half. Take all and wean it. It may prove an ox.
Look how you buy yourself in these sharp mocks. Will you give horns, chaste lady? Do not so.
Then die a calf before your horns do grow.
1 word in private with you ere I die.
Bleat softly then, the butcher hears you cry.
The tongues of mocking wenches are as keen as the razor's edge, invisible, cutting a small hair that may be seen. Above the sense of sense so sensible, seemeth their confidence, seemeth their conference, their conceits have wings, fleeter than arrows, bullets, wind, thought, swifter things.
Not 1 word more, my maids. Break off, break off.
I heaven all dry, beaten with pure scoff.
King, you're muted, Angus.
Farewell, mad wenches. You have simple wits.
Exeunt. Kitty, queen, 20 adieus.
20 adieus, my frozen Muscovites. Are these the breed of wits so wondered at?
Tapers they are, with your sweet breaths puff out.
Well liking wits they have, gross, gross, fat, fat.
Oh, poverty and wit, kingly poor flout. Will they not think you hang themselves tonight, or ever but in vizards show their faces? This pert Baron was out of countenance quite.
They were all in lamentable cases. The king was weeping ripe for a good word.
Baron did swear himself out of all suit. Dumain was at my service, and his sword, no point, quoth I. My servant straight was mute.
Lord Longueville said I came o'er his heart, and trow you what he called me?
qualm, perhaps?
Yes, in good faith.
Go sickness as thou art.
Well, better wits have worn plain statute caps. But will you hear? The king is my love sworn.
And quick Baron hath plighted faith to me.
And Longueville was for my service born.
Urbane is mine, as sure as bark on tree.
Madame and pretty mistresses, give care, give ear. Immediately they will again be here in their own shapes, for it can never be they will digest this harsh indignity.
Will they return?
Oh, they will, God knows, and leap for joy, though they are lame with blows. Therefore change favors, and when they repair, blow like sweet roses in this summer air.
How blow? How blow?
Fair
Speak,
ladies,
understood.
fair ladies, masked are roses in their bud. Dismask their damask sweet conmixture shown, are angels veiling clouds or roses blown.
Avant perplexity, what shall we do if they return in their own shapes to woo?
Good madam, if by me you'll be advised, let's mock them still as well known as disguised. Let us complain to them what fools were here, disguised like Muscovites in shapeless gear, and wonder what they were, and to what end their shallow shows and prologue vilely penned, and their rough carriage so ridiculous should be presented at our tent to us.
Ladies, withdraw, the gallants are at hand.
Whip to our tents as Rose runs o'er land.
Exeunt. Enter king and the rest. Boy, you're
Fair
still
sir,
there.
God save you. Where's the princess?
Gone to her tent. Please it your majesty, command me any service to her.
That she vouchsafe me audience for one word.
I will, and so will she. I know, my lord.
Fellow picks up wit as pigeons peas, and utters it again when Jove doth please. He is wit's peddler, and retails his wares at wakes and wassels, meetings, markets, fairs. We that sell by gross the Lord doth know. Have not the grace to grace it with such show. This gallant pins the wenches on his sleeve. Had he been Adam, he had tempted Eve. He had carved too, in lisp. Why, this is he that kissed away his hand in courtesy. This is the ape of form, Monsieur the Nice, and when he plays a table chides the dice in honorable terms. Nay, he can sing a mean most meanly, and in ushering bend and him who can. The ladies call him sweet, the stairs as he treads on them kiss his feet. This is the flower that smiles on every one, to show his teeth as white as whale's bone, and consciences that will not die in debt pay him the duty of honey-tongued boyette.
A bluster on his sweet tongue with my heart that put a Matthew's page out of his part.
Enter
See
the
where it-
ladies.
See where it comes. Behavior, what wert thou till this madman showed thee, and what art thou now?
All hail, sweet madam, and fair time of day.
Fair in all hail is foul, as I conceive.
Construe my speeches better, if you may.
Then wish me better, I will give you leave.
We came to visit you and purpose how to lead you to our court. Vouchsafe it then.
This field shall hold me, and so hold your vow. Nor God nor I delights in perjured men.
Rebuke me not for that which you provoke. The virtue of your eye must break my oath.
You nickname virtue. Vice you should have spoke, for virtue's office never breaks men troth. Now by my maiden honor, yet as pure as the unsullied lily, I protest A world of torments though I should endure, I would not yield to be your house's guest. So much I hate a breaking cause to be of heavenly oaths, vowed with integrity.
Oh, you have lived in desolation here, unseen, unvisited, much to our shame.
Not so, my lord, it is not so, I swear. We have had pastimes here, and pleasant game. A mess of Russians left us but of late.
How, madam? Russians?
Ay, in truth, my lord, trim gallants, full of courtship and of state.
Madam, speak true. It is not so, my lord. My lady, in the manner of the days, in courtesy gives undeserving praise. We four indeed confronted were with foreign Russia habit. Here they stayed an hour and talked apace, and in that hour, my lord, they did not bless us with one happy word. I dare not call them fools, but this I think. When they are thirsty, fools would fain have drunk.
Barone.
Oh, sorry. This jest is dry to me. Gentle sweet, your wits make wise things foolish when we greet with eyes best seeing, heaven's fiery eye. By light we loose light. Your capacity is of that nature, that to your huge store wise things seem foolish, and rich things but poor.
This proves you wise and rich, for in my eye,
I am a fool and full of poverty.
but that you take what doth to you belong, it were a fault to snatch words from my tongue.
I am yours and all that I possess.
All the fool mine.
I cannot give you less.
Which of the vizards, what it that you want?
Where? When? What vizard? Why demand you this?
There then, that vizard, that superfluous case that hid the worse and showed the better face.
We are descried. They mock us now downright.
Let us confess and turn it to a jest.
Kitty.
Amazed, my lord, why looks your highness sad?
Help pull his brow so sound. Why look so pale?
Got another
Rest
line.
of your line.
Seasick, I think, coming from Muscovy.
Thus pour the stars down plagues for perjury. Can any face of brass hold longer out? Here stand I, lady, dart thy skill at me. Bruise me with scorn, confound me with a flout. Trust thy sharp wit quite through my ignorance. Cut me to pieces with thy knee consent, and I will wish thee nevermore to dance, nor nevermore in Russian habit wait. Oh, I never will I trust to speeches penned, nor to the motion of a schoolboy's tongue. Or never come in visored to my friend, nor woo in rhyme like the blind harper's song. Taffeta phrases, silken terms precise, three-piled hyperboles, spruce affection, figures pedantical, these summer flies have blown me full of maggot ostentation. I do forswear them. And here I protest by this white glove, how white the hand, God knows, here henceforth my wooing mind shall be expressed in russet yeas and honest cursey noes. And to begin, wench, so God help me law, my love to thee is sound, sans crack or flaw.
Sans, I pray you.
Yet I have a trick of the old rage. Bear with me, I am sick. I'll leave it by degrees. Soft, let me see. Right, Lord, have mercy on us, on these three. They are infected. In their hearts it lies. They have the plague and caught it of your eyes. These lords are visited. You are not free, for the Lord's tokens on you do I see. Queen, Kitty.
never given to me.
Page
No,
105.
they are free that gave these tokens to us.
Our states are forfeit, seek not to undo us.
It is not so, for how can this be true that you stand forfeit, being those who sue?
Peace, for I will not have to do with you.
Nor shall not, if I do as I intend.
Speak for yourself, my wit is at an end.
Teach us, sweet madam, for our rude transgression some fair excuse.
The fairest is confession. Were you not here but even now disguised?
Madam, I was.
And were you well advised?
I was, fair madam.
When you then were here, what did you whisper in your lady's ear?
That more than all the world I did respect her.
When she shall challenge this, you will reject her.
Upon mine honour, no.
Peace, peace, forbear. Your oath twice broke, you force not to forswear.
Despise me when I break this oath of mine.
I will, and therefore keep it. Rosalind, what did the Russian whisper in your ear?
Madam, he swore that he did hold me dear as precious eyesight, and did value me above this world, adding thereto, moreover, that he would wed me or else die my lover.
God give thee joy of him. The noble lord most honorably doth uphold his word.
What mean you, madam? By my life, my troth, I never swore this lady such an oath.
By heaven you did, and to confirm it plain, you gave me this. But take it, sir, again.
My faith, and thus the princess I did give, I knew her by this jewel on her sleeve.
Pardon me, sir, this jewel did she wear, and Lord Baroni, I thank him, is my dear. What? Will you have me or your pearl again?
Neither of either. I remit both twain. I see the trick on it. Here was a consent, knowing aforehand of our merriment, to dash it like a Christmas comedy. Some carry tale, some please man, some slight zany, some mumble news, some trencher knight, some dick that smiles his cheek in years, and knows the trick to make my lady laugh when she disposed. Told our intents before, which once disclosed, the ladies did change favors. And then we, following the signs, wound but the sign of she. Now to our perjury, to add more terror, we are again forsworn in will and error. Much upon this 'tis, and might not you forestall or swart and make us thus untrue? Do not you know my lady's foot by the squire, and laugh upon the apple of her eye? And stand between her back, sir, and the fire, holding a trencher, jesting merrily? Put our page out. Go, you are allowed. Die when you will, a smock shall be your shroud. You leer upon me, do you? There is an eye wounds like a leaden sword.
Full merrily hath the brave manager this career been run.
Lo, he is tilting straight. Peace I have done.
Enter clown.
Welcome, pure wit, thou partest a fair fray.
Oh, Lord, sir, they would know whether the three worthies shall come in or no.
What, are there but three?
No, sir, but it is very fine, for every one presents three.
And 3 times thrice is 9.
Oh, well, not so, sir. Under correction, I hope it is not so. You cannot beg us, sir. I can assure you, sir, we know what we know. I hope, sir, 3 times thrice, sir.
Is not 9?
Under correction, sir, we know whereon it till it doth amount.
By Jove, I always took 3 threes for 9.
Oh, Lord, sir, it would pity you should get your living by reckoning, sir.
How much is it?
Oh, Lord, sir, the parties themselves, the actor, sir, will show whereuntil it doth amount. For mine own part, I am, as they say, but to perfect one man in one poor man. Pompeian the Great, sir.
Art thou one of the worthies?
It pleased them to think me worthy of Pompey the Great. For mine own part, I know not the degree of the worthy, but I am to stand for him.
Go, bid them prepare.
We will turn it finely off, sir. We will take some care.
Berwin, they will shame us. Let them not approach.
We are shame-proof, my lord, and 'tis some policy to have one show worse than the king's and his company. It's you, Angus.
I say they shall not come.
Nay, my good lord, let me o'errule you now. That sport best pleases that doth least know how. Where zeal strives to content, and the contents dies in the zeal of that which it presents. Their form confounded makes most form and mirth, when great things laboring perish in their birth.
A right description of our sport, my lord.
Enter Braggart.
Oh, my lord anointed, I implore so much expense of thy royal sweet breath as will utter a brace of words.
Does this man serve God?
Why ask you?
He speaks not like a man of God's making.
That's all one, my fair sweet honey monarch, for I protest the schoolmaster is exceedingly fantastical, too vain, too vain. But we will put it, as they say, to fortuna delegar. I wish you the peace of mind, most royal compliment.
Here is like to be a good presence of worthies. He presents Hector of Troy, the swain Pompey the Great, the parish curate Alexander, Armados page Hercules, the pedant Judas Maccabeus, and if these four worthies in their first show thrive, these four will change habits and present the other five.
There is 5 in the first show.
Now you are deceived, 'tis not so.
The pedant, the braggart, the hedge priest, the fool, and the boy. A bait throw at Novum, and the whole world again cannot prick out 5 such. Take each one's in vain.
The ship is under sail, and here she comes amain.
Enter Pompey. I, Pompey am.
You lie, you are not he.
I, Pompey am.
With Libert's head on knee?
Well said, old mocker, I must needs be friend with thee.
I, Pompey am. Pompey, surnamed the Big.
The Great.
It is great, sir. Pompey, surnamed the Great, that oft in field with targe and shield did make my foe to sweat. And travelling along this coast, I hear him come by chance, and lay my arms before the legs of this sweet lass of France. If your ladyship would say thanks, Pompey, I had done.
Great thanks, great Pompey.
It was not so much worth, but I hope I was perfect. I made a little fault in great.
My hat to a halfpenny. Pompey proves the best worthy.
Enter curate for Alexander.
When in the world I lived, I was the world's commander. By east, west, north, and south, I spread my conquering might. My scutcheon plain declares that I am Alexander. Your nose says no, you're not, for it stands too right.
Your nose smells no in this most tender-smelling night.
The conqueror is dismayed. Proceed, good Alexander.
When in the world I live, I was the world's commander. Most true, 'tis right, you were so, Alexander.
Pompey the Great.
Your servant, Costard.
Take away the conqueror. Take away Alexander.
Oh, sir, you have overthrown Alexander the Conqueror. You will be scraped out of the painted cloth for this. Your lion that holds his poleaxe sitting on a close stool will be given to Ajax. He will be the 9th worthy. A conqueror and afraid to speak? Run away for shame, Alexander. There, and it shall please you. A foolish, mild man, an honest man, look you, and soon dashed. He is a marvelous good neighbor, in sooth, and a very good bowler. But for Alexander, alas, you see how 'tis, a little o'er-parted. But there are more worthies coming. We'll speak their mind in some other sort.
Stand aside, good Pompey.
Enter pedant for Judas, and the boy for Hercules.
Great Hercules is presented by this imp, whose club killed Cerberus, the 3-headed Canis. And when he was a babe, a child, a shrimp, thus did he strangle serpents in his manus quoniam. He seemeth in minority, ergo I come with this apology. Keep some state in thy exit and vanish.
Exit boy.
Judas I am,
A Judas?
not Iscariot, sir. Judas I am, ecleped Maccabeus.
Judas Maccabeus clipped is playing Judas.
A kissing traitor, how art thou proved Judas?
Judas I am?
The more shame for you, Judas.
What mean you, sir?
To bring Judas hang himself, to make Judas hang himself.
Begin, sir. You are my elder.
Well, follow, Judas was hanged on an elder,
I will not be put out of countenance.
because thou hast no face.
What is this?
A saturn head.
The head of a bodkin.
A death's face in a ring.
The face of an old Roman coin, scarce seen.
Oh, the pommel of Caesar's falchion.
The carved bone face on a flask.
St. George's half cheek and a brooch.
Aye, and in a brooch of lead.
Aye, and worn in the cap of a truth drawer. And now forward, for we have put thee in countenance.
You have put me out of countenance.
False, we have given thee faces.
But you have outfaced them all.
And thou wert a lion, we would do so.
Therefore, as he is an ass, let him go. And so adieu, sweet Jude. Nay, why dost thou stay?
The latter end of his name.
For the ass to the Jude, give it him Jude ass anyway.
Oh, this is not generous, not gentle, not
A light-
humble.
A light from Monsieur Judas. It grows dark. He may stumble.
Alas, poor Maccabeus, how have he been baited?
Enter braggart.
Hide thy head, Achilles, here comes Hector in arms.
Though my mocks come home by me, I will now be merry.
Hector was but a Trojan in respect to this.
But is this Hector?
Well, I think Hector was not so clean-timbered.
His leg is too big for Hector.
More calf, certain.
No, he is best endued in the small.
This cannot be Hector.
He's a god or a painter, for he makes faces.
You're muted.
Michael?
What? Michael,
You're muted.
Michael, you're muted.
The omnipotent Mars of Launces the Almighty gave Hector a gift.
A gilt nutmeg.
A lemon.
Stuck with cloves.
No cloven.
The omnipotent Mars of Launces the Almighty gave Hector a gift, the heir of Ilion, a man so breathed that certain he would fight, yea, from morn till night, out of his pavilion. I am that flower.
That mint.
That columbine.
Sweet Lord Longaville, rein thy tongue.
I must rather give it the rein, for it runs against Hector.
Aye, and Hector's a greyhound.
The sweet war man is dead and rotten. Sweet chucks beat not the bones of the buried, but I will forward with my device. Sweet royalty, bestow on me this sense of hearing.
Barone steps forth.
Speak, brave Hector, we are much delighted.
I do adore thy sweet grace's slipper.
Who loves her by the foot?
He may not by the yard.
This Hector far surmounted Hannibal. The party is gone.
Fellow Hector, she is gone. She is 2 months on her way.
What meanest thou?
Faith, unless you play the honest Trojan, the poor wench is cast away. She's quick. The child brags in her belly already. 'Tis yours.
Must thou infamize me among potentates? Thou shalt die.
Then shall Hector be whipped for Jaquinetta that is quick by him, and hanged for Pompey that is dead by him.
Most rare Pompey.
Ooh.
Renowned Pompey.
Greater than great, 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 great Pompey. Pompey the huge.
Hector trembles.
Pompey is moved. More at ease, stir them or stir them on.
Hector will challenge him.
Aye, if I have no more man's blood in his belly, then we'll sup a flea.
By the North Pole I do challenge thee.
I will not fight with a pole like a northern man. I'll slash, I'll do it by the sword. I pray you let me borrow my arms again.
Room for the insensate worthies.
I'll do it in my shirt.
Most resolute Pompey.
Oh, you don't get the music.
Master, let me take you a buttonhole lower. Do you not see Pompey is uncasing for the combat? What mean you? You will lose your reputation.
Gentlemen and soldiers, pardon me, I will not combat in my shirt.
You may not deny it, Pompey. Pompey hath made the challenge.
Sweet bloods, I both may and will.
What reason have you for it?
The naked truth of it is, I have no shirt. I go woolward for penance.
True, and it was enjoined him in Rome for want of linen, since when I be sworn he wore none, but a dish clout of Wacanetus, and that he wears next his heart for a favor.
Enter a messenger, Monsieur Marcade.
God save you, madam.
Welcome, Marcade, but that thou interruptest our merriment.
I am sorry, madam, for the news I bring is heavy in my tongue. The king, your father.
Dead for my life.
Even so, my tale is told.
Worthies away, the scene begins to cloud.
My own part I breathe free breath. I have seen the day of wrong through the little hole of discretion, and I will right myself like a soldier.
Exeunt worthies. King.
Angus.
How fares your majesty?
Oh, yes, prepare. I will away tonight.
Madam, not so. I do beseech you stay.
Prepare, I say. I thank you, gracious lords, for all your fair endeavors and entreats. Out of a new sad soul, that you would vouchsafe in your rich wisdom to excuse or hide the liberal opposition of our spirits, if over boldly we have borne ourselves in the converse of breath, your gentleness was guilty of it. Farewell, worthy lord. A heavy heart bears not a humble tongue. Excuse me so, coming so short of thanks for my great suit so easily obtained.
The extreme parts of time extremely forms all causes to the purpose of his speed, and often at his very loose decides that which long process could not arbitrate. And though the morning brow of progeny forbid the smiling courtesy of love, the holy suit which fain it would convince, yet since love's argument was first on foot, let not the cloud of sorrow jostle it from which it purposed, since to wail friends lost is not by much so wholesome profitable as to rejoice at friends but newly found.
I understand you not. My griefs are double.
Honest, plain words best pierce the ears of grief, and by these badges understand the king. For your fair sakes have we neglected time, played foul play with our oaths. Your beauty, ladies, hath much deformed us, fashioning our humors even to the opposite end of our intents. And wanting us hath seemed ridiculous, as love is full of unbefitting strains, all wanton as a child, skipping in vain, formed by the eye, and therefore like the eye, full of straying shapes, of habits, and of forms varying in subjects as the eye doth roll to every varied object in his glance, which partly coded presence of loose love put on by us, if your heavenly eyes have misbecomed our oaths and gravities. Those heavenly eyes that looked on these faults suggested us to make. Therefore, ladies, our love being yours, the error that love makes is likewise yours. We to ourselves prove false by being once false, forever to be true to those that make us both fair ladies, you, And even that falsehood in itself a sin thus purifies itself and turns to grace.
We have received your letters full of love, your favors, the ambassadors of love, and in our maiden council rated them at courtship, pleasant jest, and courtesy, as bombast, and as lining to the time. But more devout than these are our respects have we not been, and therefore meet your loves in their own fashion like a merriment.
Our letters, madam, showed much more than jest.
So did our looks.
We did not cope them so.
Now at the latest minute of the hour grant us your loves.
A time methinks too short to make a world without end bargain in. No, no, my lord, your grace is perjured much, full of dear guiltiness, and therefore this. If for my love, as there is no such cause, you will do aught, this shall you do for me. Your oath I will not trust, but go with speed to some forlorn and naked hermitage, remote from all the pleasures of the world. There stay until the 12 celestial signs have brought about their annual reckoning. If this austere, unsociable life change not your offer made in heat of blood, if frost and fast, hard lodging, and thin weeds nip not the gaudy blossoms of your love, but that it bear this trial and last love, then at the expiration of the year, come challenge me. Challenge me by these deserts, and by this virgin palm now kissing thine. I will be thine. Until that instant shut my woeful self up in a mourning house, raining the tears of lamentation for the remembrance of my father's death. If this thou do deny, let our hands part, neither entitled in the honor's heart.
If this, or more than this, I would deny, to flatter up these powers of mine with rest, the sudden hand of death close up mine eye. Hence ever then, my heart is in thy breast.
And what to me, my love? And what to me?
You must be purged too. Your sins are racked. You are attaint with faults and perjury. Therefore, if you my favor mean to get, a 12-month shall you spend and never rest, but seek the weary beds of people sick.
But what to me, my love, but what to me?
A wife, a beard, fair health, and honesty, with threefold love I wish you all these three.
Oh, shall I say I thank you, gentle wife?
Not so, my lord. A 12-month and a day I'll mark no words that smooth-faced wooers say. Come when the king doth to my lady come, then if I have much love, I'll give you some.
I'll serve thee true and faithfully till then.
Catherine.
Catherine, yet swear not.
Catherine. Eleanor. Is she frozen?
Oh, yet swear not, lest ye be forsworn again.
What says Maria?
At the 12-month's end, I'll change my black gown for a faithful friend.
I'll stay with patience, but the time is long.
The like her you, few taller are so young.
Studies, my lady? Mistress, look on me. Behold the window of my heart, mine eye. What humble suit attends thy answer there? Impose some service on me for my love.
Oft have I heard you, my Lord Baron, heard of you, my Lord Baron, before I saw you, and the world's large tongue proclaims you for a man replete with mocks, full of comparisons, and wounding flouts, which you on all estates will execute that lie within the mercy of your wit. To weed this wormwood from your fruitful brain, and therewithal to win me, if you please, without the which I am not to be won. You shall this 12-month term, from day to day, visit the speechless sick, and still converse with groaning wretches, and your task shall be, with all the fierce endeavour of your wit, to enforce the pained impotent to smile.
To move wild laughter in the throat of death. It cannot be, it is impossible. Mirth cannot move a soul in agony.
Why, that's the way to choke a jibing spirit, whose influence is begot of that loose grace which shallow laughing hearers give to fools. A just prosperity lies in the ear of him that hears it, never in the tongue of him that makes it. Then if sickly ears, deft with the clamors of their own dear groans, will hear your idle scorns, continue then, and I will have you, and that fault withal. But if they will not, throw away that spirit, and I shall find you empty of that fault, right joyful of your reformation.
12-month. Well, befall what will befall, I'll just a 12-month in a hospital.
Ay, sweet my lord, and so I take my leave.
No, madam, we will bring you on your way.
Our wooing doth not end like an old play. Jack hath not, Jill. These ladies' courtesy might well have made our sport a comedy.
Come, sir, it wants a 12-month and a day, and then 'twill end.
That's too long for a play.
Enter Braggart.
Sweet Majesty, vouchsafe me.
Was not that Hector?
The worthy knight of Troy.
I will kiss the royal finger and take leave. I am a votary. I have vowed to Jaquinetta to hold the plough for her sweet love 3 years. But most esteemed greatness, will you hear the dialogue that the two learned men have compiled in praise of the owl and the cuckoo? It should have followed in the end of the show.
King.
Call them forth quickly.
Hold up,
We will do
approach.
so.
Approach.
Enter all.
This side is Iam's winter, this there the spring, the one maintained by the owl, the other by the cuckoo. There begin.
Eleanor will sing the song.
When daisies pied and violets blue and cuckoo buds of yellow hue and lady smocks all silver white do paint the meadows with delight. The cuckoo then on every tree mocks married men, for thus sings he. Cuckoo, 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 a word of fear, unpleasing to a married ear. When shepherds pied on open straws, and merry larks are ploughmen's clocks, when turtles tread, and rooks and daws, and maidens bleak their summer smocks, the cuckoo then on every tree mocks marries men, for thus sings he. Cuckoo, 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 a word of fear, unpleasing to a married ear. When icicles hang by the wall, and Dick the shepherd blows his nail, and Tom bears logs into the hall, and milk comes frozen home in pail. When blood is nipped and ways be foul, then nightly sings the staring owl. Tweet, tweet. greasy June doth kill the plot. When all aloud the wind doth blow, and coughing drowns the parson's saw, and birds sing brooding in the snow, and Marion's nose looks red and raw, when roasted crabs is in the bowl, then nightly sings the staring owl, to wit, to woo, a merry note, while greasy Joan doth keel the pot.
The words of Mercury are harsh after the songs of Apollo. You that way, we this way.
Exeunt omnes. Fini.
Well done, Eleanor. Thank you for that.
Lovely, everybody.
I'm glad
Good
you
job,
sang that
everybody.
because I felt like it should be sung by somebody else, and I was thinking Eleanor's.
Yes, yes, nicely sung. Thank you, Eleanor.
Yes,
That was
Thank
great,
you all
Eleanor.
very much.
Love that.
yes.
Yes, it's terrific.
Well done. Liked it. Really good.
Mm.
Yes.
I must apologize for getting
You are too
distracted.
kind. I sang it too low and without being warmed up.
Yeah.
No, it sounded great.
I must apologize for getting screwed up towards the end, but the BBC on the television was doing a report on the crisis in the Middle East.
Yeah, that's what threw me off.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
Oh, it's
I know.
bad news. It's bad news. My daughter and
very
I are
bad
trying to
news.
persuade my wife and son to get back to the UK now.
Yes, indeed. Well, yes, the words of Mercury are harsh after the songs of Apollo.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, yeah.
Just had
Yeah,
3
yeah.
hours of escape.
yeah.
And land of the theater. I think that's why
Oh,
people
Lord.
love to be actors, because you get to have somebody else's problems in a different reality.
Yeah. So what one thing that strikes me, I mean, I'm thinking about Pyramus and Thisbe, and then thinking about this. How harsh must have the hecklers been in Shakespeare's time? Oh my gosh! I mean, he
Yeah.
has to be transcribing or in the same spirit of whatever he and his actors heard every day from the pit.
Yeah.
But they probably enjoyed it because they knew that the audience was with them.
Oh yeah, I mean they didn't pull any punches.
Right. They were always breaking the fourth wall, those characters anyway.
Well, they did, because Shakespeare was extremely clever. He looked at who was ruling the country at the time and made sure that he may have pissed them off, but not too much. He was quite clever at that. He kept himself just on this side of the law, because Walsingham was not someone to be tangled with.
Uh-uh.
Yeah, no. And there were other playwrights who got into much deeper trouble,
yeah.
including Ben Jonson with like
Yeah.
Stuart Ho and these other things that were much more overtly political. Whereas, I mean, Shakespeare really didn't write many things that were considered that contemporary. This could have been is one of the more contemporary ones, and is one of the things where there really isn't a plot that he stole from someplace else.
No, that's right.
But
No,
it
he
is
was-
challenging. Sorry.
He liked to make it about another time in another place, but he was talking to his present audience. So
Oh yeah, absolutely.
yeah, but that's
And of
how
course,
he-
that's the problem he faced in later years, when people would turn around like Looney in the 19th century, who said, how could somebody who was the son of a glove maker in Stratford know about all these things? And they never accepted the fact playwrights have imagination. That's where it comes from.
So,
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Angus, I've been seeing ads on my social media feeds lately about a BBC documentary, Shakespeare in Italy. Is that something that's aired over by you already? Have you seen that?
I've probably seen it. I don't remember. I think I may have seen it. Yeah.
Okay.
There's-
Didn't know if you'd seen
Yes,
it. If it
have
was
you
worth
read
checking out.
James Shapiro's book, Shakespeare in a Divided America?
I
Yes.
own it. I haven't read it.
Well, I've got it. I've only read part of it.
The book.
It is an excellent book. It's so good, and yeah, and that is one of the things that Shakespeare does appeal across the political spectrum.
When Shapiro wrote his book, when everybody was attacking Shakespeare, he wrote his book justifying it, and I went to a pre-release of it, and he was commenting on how all these people just couldn't understand it because they wanted to assume that you had to be nobility, you had to be well versed, you had to really know, and they completely rejected the idea of the imagination of a playwright or the imagination of a writer, in fact.
Yeah, yeah, it is interesting, and it is also interesting. I mean, seeing the differences of the classes, and I think that that's one of the thing of that Shakespeare coming from the lower classes has a better perspective of the lower classes and the upper classes, whereas the idea of that it was some lord like De Vere or whatever, I mean, wouldn't have that kind of perspective.
Yeah, well, half of them were dead before the last plays of Shakespeare were written, so it's all stupid. But
Yeah,
I went to a workshop once with a woman from the States who'd worked with the University of Sussex and collaborated with the Globe on how the structure of the Globe influenced the plays and how the peasants were all down below and upstairs were the nobility, and how you played things up for them and played things down for the peasants, and how you structured where you placed the lines. And it was absolutely fascinating. She was brilliant.
Yeah, it really is. It's great. Well, thank you all so much. We have this week coming up on Thursday, the first Thursday of the month, we have like an open forum at 7:30. And the sort of question I was thinking of for this month's one is what makes Shakespeare Shakespeare? To look at like some of the speeches or scenes that seem most Shakespearean to you, and then also to look at some of the plays like some of the Apocrypha, I mean, Edward III, which we will be doing a reading of next Saturday on Zoom. And on next Sunday, we will be doing a reading of Kitty's play, Mrs. Mustard. And both of those on Zoom, and but also that to look at some of the speeches from Shakespeare's lesser known plays that feel like Shakespeare. Like I think a very good example is the Sir Thomas More, the speech that Ian McKellen loves to do and did recently on the Stephen Colbert show about speaking up for immigrants.
Well, that's
on
been
Facebook. It's very, very good. I listened to it.
That's been posted numerous times because we've got the Conservative Party's almost been destroyed, and Reform, which is another extreme right-wing party, is trying to gain credence by saying immigrants are bad, they're all evil, they're murdering people and raping people, and they want them sent out. And then we had this, I don't know if you know, but there was a recent by-election that Reform, because Labour was so unpopular, Reform was set to win, and everybody thought it was going to win. Unfortunately for them, the Green Party, which actually has policies that matter to people and don't attack immigrants, actually won by 4,000 votes, which in this particular constituency, Green came first, Reform was 4,000 votes behind, and Labour was 4,000 votes behind them, because Labour's been picking up on a lot of the Reform ideas that immigrants are bad. And people turned around and said, no, these are our friends. These are our neighbours. We know them. We like them. They're not bad. They're not evil. They're just people.
Yep.
And so Green Party got its first member of parliament in the north of England, and she's a plumber, and she's just been qualified as a plasterer. She's completely working class, and it's absolutely brilliant. I've been trying to work out who do I vote. We've got elections, local elections coming up in May, and we generally assume that Labour is going to get demolished in them because they're so unpopular at the moment. And the Reform Party thought they would be able to step in, but nobody really wants them because they're hardline right wing as well. They're Nigel Farage, who's the head of the party, is a Trump man, and he's spouting the same kind of offensive rhetoric that Trump spews out at 2 o'clock in the morning. Yeah,
we're finding very much the same thing here in America, where people are obviously incensed at the right wing, the terrible fascism, the Republican Party, and also angry that the Democrat side is not stepping up more. And so people are just absolutely begging for leadership from you can call it the center, but really what it is just common sense and humanity.
That's right.
I have to go in a minute, but I put in the chat a letter I just got from Anton Spivak, who is one of us. He's running a half marathon, and he's trying to raise money for the Organization for Autism Research.
My oldest grandchild is autistic, high functioning autistic.
Yeah. I'll have to look up his organization. Thank you. A friend of mine and I we're on the board of a group that's trying to get going in Tennessee that's focuses on autistic artists, performing artists, and the skills and benefits that they can bring to their art. So yeah, I'll have to look them up. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, thank you all. And as I say, we've got more coming up. This is just the start of this is early on in our 27th season of reading all of Shakespeare's plays.
I wish you'd stop saying that, Paul, because I was in the first one.
I know.
Was that really 27 years ago?
Well, it's the 27th season, but it was actually only 26 years ago. So that's something in 2000 when we started.
I mean, I know I'm old, but that announcement makes me feel even older.
Yes, well,
thanks for having us. This was a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, because there's so much in this that you really need the language to be spoken aloud to get some. And there were a lot of jokes we missed here, a costard broken in a shin, and the Latin things. There's a lot of challenges in here, but thank you all. Good job.
But it's the same thing as Chekhov, Paul, that there are things he puts in his plays that we don't have the cultural background to understand. It's always the same, that when writers get so localized on their own time and their own period, a lot of it doesn't transfer. And that happened with Chekhov. It happened with Gorky. It happened with Shakespeare. That doesn't make them not relevant. It just means you have to be careful how you do it. There's nothing worse than seeing a Shakespeare play with people saying, and the actors think, oh, this is a funny line. I'm going to sell it, and the audience are going to understand it. And they just go crazy and over the top. Far better to cut it. If it doesn't work, don't do it. You can't convince audiences are not stupid. They're not. You can't convince them that something that is clearly totally without their understanding is actually funny.
Yeah,
that's right.
It's true.
Well, great job, everybody.
Yeah, it was fun.